What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream that I started relatively on time, surprisingly enough. So yeah, we're plowing through this third part of Rolling Stone Top 500 Songs of All Time, the 2021 version, and so I think I'll get through 125 in this one, and then part 4 will be the last installment, and we will have gone through all 500 songs. Now, I probably haven't heard of a third of them, which does kind of suck, but you know, whatever. There is so many different kind of variety of songs on here that like there's no way. I mean, I don't know, maybe the great Anthony Fantano has heard every single song on this list, but I've only heard of like 2/3 of these songs, and I've probably only really liked like maybe a quarter of the songs that they brought so far. I don't know. I think I've liked more than that, honestly. Probably half. What's up to everybody in the chat? NP, Patrick Reeves, Simon Matthew Robinson, Redbird. Am I impressed with the list? So far, it hasn't been as bad as I thought it would be. There are certain like late entries in this list, like they've included a few songs from like like BTS Dynamite was from 2019, and they put it on the 500 greatest songs of all time list. Like, are you fucking? It came out 2 years before they wrote this list, and now in 2024, I can tell you, no one's really playing that song at their gigs or at my gig. And I preface all this by saying I'm a karaoke DJ / regular DJ. So I'm in the bars, I'm into club, dog. So I can tell you like what songs on here are like legit, like, oh, okay, yeah, that song is still talked about, and what songs are just complete like, no, nobody fucks with this song. I never play this song. It's never requested. I can never get my stupid video to pop up on my live. I try to get the video pulled up on my cell phone so I can read the comments better, because they have a built-in. Anyway, it's boring information that I won't bother y'all with. So what about the Vanilla Ice video, huh? Before we get into this list, how'd y'all? I mean, it seemed like it's getting generally positive reviews. That was torture, having to listen to that fucking album. I mean, I think Korn's first record is pretty good, actually. And it was pretty much like listening to Korn's first record, but with like awful Vanilla Ice trying to be relevant over the top. It's painful. Jesus, okay, I can't hit this desk too much or it makes this stand wobble, which makes the screen wobble. I love my dumb K-pop, but seriously, putting any K-pop in the top 500 of all time is wild. Yeah, I know. I mean, maybe one K-pop song, but like, I don't know. Has K-pop been around long enough to truly be able to say that it stood the test of time? Yes, I think that's a good drinking game, Simon. So a shot of liquor every time a song features more than 5 songwriters. That would be a fun. That would be a fun game to play. All right, so let's get to this list if we want to get through this in any kind of timely manner. Oh, I can already see we're starting off with the big hitter here, Jimi Hendrix, Purple Haze. The first time we've seen a Jimi Hendrix song on this list, I believe. And yeah, it's a great killer song. Jimi Hendrix is a killer guitar player. It's got a cool intro, that bow, down, bow, down, 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 down. And I mean, this song came out in 1967, and that song rocks pretty fucking hard. So, I mean, he's a legend for a reason, and there's only one writer, Jimi Hendrix, the man himself. Guy's a legend. What more can you really say about that? Joan Jett, Bad Reputation, putting it above Jimi Hendrix. Okay. Yeah, it's a killer, like, pop-punk song, I would say. She's looking pretty fucking hot in this picture. This is, like, big surprise. This is the type of girl that I go for, the gothier, alternative-looking girl. And, yeah, she's looking pretty hot in this picture. I know that's shallow, Josh. Why do you have to comment on her looks? Because she's a chick and I'm attracted to chicks. Yeah. I don't give a damn about my bad reputation. The opening for all those Pat NES Punk videos I had to watch, making the Pat the NES Punk video, and people to this day continue to shit on me for that video, because it's reached just the casual, or the mass populaces where they don't know who I am, so I don't have any like goodwill with them. All they know is that I'm shitting on a content creator that they've enjoyed for years, and so they are definitely gonna like take that big fat shit on me, because it's like, who are you? Who the fuck are you? Fuck you. We love Pat and the CU podcast. Okay, anyway. Up next, NWA, Straight Outta Compton. Hells yeah, bro. I mean, arguably, this song helped start gangster rap. The song might have been gangster rap incarnate. Badass album cover. They're all looking down with a gun pointed at you, like this gang of dudes is about to blast your ass. Now, I know I made fun of the Vanilla Ice parental advisory sticker, but good lord, look at the size of that parental advisory sticker. They like proudly were rocking that. But like I said before, this album didn't have like all negative shit on there. There was that Express Yourself song that was like pretty positive. Only 3 writers, Ice, and like 3 of them were in the group. MC Ren, Ice Cube, and Eazy. It's pretty badass. I'm surprised Dre didn't have anything to do with that song. Anyway. As Chris Rock said, it was kind of like the British invasion for black people. It's fucking funny. Okay, Joni Mitchell, River. Now, this album, Blue, this was like number 3 on Rolling Stone's greatest albums of all time that I reviewed. This was like number 3 or number 2. And in the 2003 version, this was like number 17. And I listened to the album because I was like, all right, Joni Mitchell, who I know is a legend, for all that folky shit that she does. Bored me to tears. The record bored me to tears. It was such a boring album to listen to, and I'm sitting here going like, this is number 3 of the greatest. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? It's like, can you guys? I get it. She's a woman, okay, and we want to have more representation and diversity on our list, so we're gonna put a woman artist much higher. But again, does it merit? Just because she's a woman does. Here's the thing that I don't think, and here I am speaking for an opposite gender. I work with Ari, my bandmate, right? She's a chick. We've had this conversation before. We get offered to play these women that rock shows and goddesses of metal shows, and it's like it feels very token-esque. It feels very like, because you have a vagina, you get to play this show. And it's like, well, that's shitty. I want to play the show because you like our band and you like our sound, not because my singer has a vagina. Like, and I feel like that should be kind of like the consensus about how women would want to feel about stuff like this, is like, and again, I'm not saying it's a complete shit record that doesn't deserve to be high up on the list, but I mean, good lord, I think she was above like Sgt. Pepper. I think she was above I know she was above Dark Side of the Moon. You can't tell me. Nobody talks about Joni Mitchell, barely talks about Joni Mitchell, never talks about this album. I hear Beatles and Floyd talked about all the time. So you can't tell me that it's a better record. It's not. I mean, anyway, I'm off on my fucking high horse now. Faces, Ooh La La, never heard it, but good for them. Beastie Boys, what song is it? Sabotage, free shitty EP. What was the EP? Free? And if it had Sabotage on it, it wasn't shitty. Yeah, no, it's a great song. It meshed like, I don't know, like fucking. Let's see what Rolling Stone has to say. The Beastie started raising hell as New York hardcore punk band before evolving into hip-hop kings. Sabotage shows off their mastery in both domains. A rap-rock bombshell from their 94 hit Ill Communication. 3MC's jam on Yauk's fuzzed-out bass riff, while Horowitz gets ill on the mic. As he said, this one called for some old-fashioned screaming, that's for sure. Oh, yeah, man. That one part in the song where he's like, "Wah!" Yeah, like anytime anyone does that song karaoke, they can never replicate that scream that he does. Because all those dudes in the Beastie Boys, except for MCA, they all had these high pitched ass voices, which I guess was part of the charm or part of their sound or whatever. But yeah, like they had these like super high pitched voices, and it's hard to replicate the Beastie Boys sound unless you have guys with those similar vocal tones. Pavement. A band I give no fucks about. A band that has been the Pitchfork darlings for decades now. I'm trying to pull the goddamn... It's not showing on my YouTube account where my live stream is. So I'm going to have to toggle in between this and OBS to even see the fucking comment. This is so annoying, dude. Like, what the hell? I think I have an idea. Anyway, Pavement. Yeah, they're one of those bands that I just, when it comes to that certain kind of indie music, I just find it really boring, and I don't know. What can I say? I just find it boring, and I don't really like... I never really have like enjoyed any of it, and there's like no hooks. They're not really big on hooks with that kind of music. They're just, it's like they're like the cool hipsters, in school. They're too cool for, anything. And I just feel like Pavement's one of those groups. Same with Wilco, like just bands like that. I'm just not very big into that. I like me some hooks, and these groups never really have the hook game going on. All right, I think I've resolved my problem here. I copied the link onto my phone here. The Beatles, Eleanor Rigby. Sure, it's a Beatles song. How can it not be on there, right? Fine. I am fine with that. Up next, we've got Jerry Lee Lewis, Great Balls of Fire. Yeah, I mean, it's a classic song for sure. He, like, boofed his, cousin who was, 14 or something. And even back then, they were like, yeah, no, that's not okay. That's pretty pedo of you, Jerry. And he, yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that's the thing he got... known for more than anything, and it kind of overshadowed any of his other achievements, was the fact that he did that with his cousin or whatever. What's this on Rolling Stone? It's saying, how can the devil save souls? Oh, okay, let's just read the whole thing. Lewis, a Bible college dropout and cousin to Jimmy Swaggart, refused to sing it at first, talking about Great Balls of Fire, and got into a theological argument with producer Sam Phillips that concluded with Lewis asking, how can the devil save souls? But as the session wore on, Lewis's mood changed considerably. On bootleg tapes, he can be heard saying, I would like to eat a little pussy if I had some. I didn't even know they said, and this came out in 1957. I didn't know people said things like eat pussy back then. I guess so. You just never heard it on recorded media. That's why it seems like it was a cleaner time. But, oh no, people were talking like this. You just never heard it. Like in public, I guess. But my God. I don't know. I think Bill Burr said one time in one of his podcasts, he was talking to this old guy, and the old guy was like, every new generation thinks they invented sex, and what he means by that is every new generation thinks they're the first to eat ass or do anal or, whatever. And, when in all actuality, it's been going on for a really long time, which is disturbing to think about old people eating ass. But I just said it. I just said that, so live with that thought in your head. Digital Underground, Humpty Dance, that's got a great bass groove. I've played this at a lot of my gigs. I think I've done this song a time or two on karaoke. I grew up, this was a little bit slightly before my time. I never understood the black dude with the fake nose, with the Groucho kind of whole look going on. I never got that. I don't I don't understand the lore behind that. Is he supposed to be some kind of a Joker or something? I don't know, man. Weird. Oh God, what is this? Oh, I Want It That Way, Backstreet Boys. I think it's pretty safe to say at this point that this song has stood the test of time and is a classic and is sang ad infinitum at my fucking karaoke gigs by mainly dudes who think it's funny to ironically sing Backstreet Boys, and that drives me nuts to no end because they're just like, get it? Because, like, we're like these, like, alpha fucking chads and we're singing a Backstreet Boys song. It's like, no, actually, it's not funny because people have been doing that for literally, like, 15 years now, thinking it was ironic and funny, and it's, like, really not. It's pretty played out, and, like, nobody thinks it's funny anymore, but you still continue to do it. I'm very surprised that this song has only 2 writers, but this is I want to say that these were like those Swedish guys who were writing songs for all the fucking pop stars back then, like Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, and then all the other B tier boy bands. They all had, like, what was it, it was this Swedish like songwriting duo or thruple were writing all these hits that were playing on American radio. It was weird. Sweden has always been a hit factory, I guess, with ABBA and then all the boy girl band shit. Big Star, September Girls. I have never heard this song. Writers Alex Chilton. That was a Replacements wrote a song I really like called Alex Chilton. Is it Chilton or Chilton? I don't know. Okay, Big Star. Are they like were they like one of the first punk bands or something? It's usually how that goes. What is this? Aaliyah, Are You That Somebody? It's weird that this is the first Aaliyah song that they have on the list, seeing as this, I've never even heard this song. Like this, I figured they'd have like, if at first you don't succeed, you can pick it up and try again. You can pick it up and try again. Or whatever. I figured they'd have something like that. Aaliyah, poor girl, she was the one who did that Age Ain't Nothing But a Number song that R. Kelly wrote for her, and R. Kelly all the while was having sex with a underage Aaliyah at the time. 237, Hank Williams, Your Cheating Heart Will Tell on You. Yeah, sure, country legend. He was the sole writer. We haven't really run into any over 5 songwriters yet. Sir fucking surprisingly. Did you like that little mashing of words there? Yeah, I mean, classic country legend. I mean, I think more people have mentioned Hank Williams in country songs than Hank Williams has country songs. All right, he gets shouted out in every fucking country song. I swear to God, he's like the god of their country music. And by there, I mean white people, because I ain't white. I mean, I guess I am. 236, Bill Withers, Lean on Me. Yep, classic song. I'm surprised it's this low on the list. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. Yeah. People, again, they sing at karaoke all the time. Ooh, 235, New Order, Blue Monday. Yeah, this is a classic synth pop kind of goth song, if you want to consider like an early goth. I'd say it's more synth pop than anything else. I will say Orgy's version is far superior. The production value on this song is kind of garbage. I get that it was an early electronic song, but Jesus Christ, the production on it was so thin. Like that kick drum and just everything on there sounds so paper thin production wise. Like you really have to crank this song up really loud for it to have any balls whatsoever. Like there's no production. It sounds like they just directed into some sound like mixing console and just recorded it straight to tape without really anything in the means of like EQ or adding any beefiness to the sound. Man, I had a lot more to say about this song than I thought I did. What do we got here? Supremes, You Keep Me Hanging On. Yep, that's a classic old 60s song. Good stuff. I don't know why it's such a low res album cover there, but whatever. Ooh, this is opposite of low res. This is very high res. D-Light, Groove is in the Heart is better than all these other songs I just mentioned. This song's fucking garbage. This song is a song that Beavis and Butthead tore apart on their show. This song blows. Groove is in the heart. Groove is in the heart. That song fucking sucks. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. This isn't even like a woke choice. This is just a dumb choice regardless of what year this list was written in. This song fucking sucks. I can't believe this is above Hendrix and fucking Supremes. This was like a one-hit wonder group too. All right, what's their fucking justification here? D-Light, a multi-ethnic. Okay, that's the reason why they're that high. We cracked that code pretty quick. Good old Rolling Stone. You guys are so goddamn virtuous. A multi-ethnic New York trio grew out of New York's pansexual club. Okay, now we have reason number 2, pansexual. And spread the ecstatic ethos of hot spots like Paradise Garage. Okay, so they didn't get into this list because it's a good song. They got into this list because they're multi-ethnic, genderqueer, whatever you want to call it. The song is hot garbage. I'm sorry. I don't care who you are. They should be ashamed for putting that song that high on the list. They could have left it off entirely for all I cared, but they're biracial and pansexual, so they get not only on the list, but like really high up. This is the shit that I'm talking about that's really fucking annoying about Rolling Stone. Like these are their new values now. Like, it's not about the music, it's about what are your politics, you know, what are your stances and all that behind the music, and that'll determine your meritocracy on this list. That's bullshit of the highest order. 232, The Who, My Generation. Yeah, absolutely great classic song. It deserves to be there. Let me read some of these comments before they pile. Oh God, Whitney's looking fine in that picture. That was before the crack. Damn, what a bod on that one. Classic song too. I Want to Dance with Somebody Who Loves Me. Yeah, this song's huge to this day. Still played at weddings, still played at my gigs, still sung karaoke. Super relevant still. All right, reading through the comments here. Blah, blah, blah. What's up, everyone in the chat, by the way, who just joined or who's been watching? NWA beats are boring as hell. Yeah, I said it. Hi, Glowy. A lot of the beats from that time period were boring, in my opinion. It was still in its infancy, still very primitive, and I think that for the time, it was seen as like innovative because it was. So at the time it was seen as good because we didn't really realize like how good hip hop beats would evolve to with people like the stuff that like Kanye would put out and like the stuff that like, I don't know, Kanye is really the only one I can think of when it comes to like the most innovative hip hop beats. But yeah, so I think at the time, Straight Outta Compton and NWA and all that, like it was, yeah, for the time it was really good and innovative. But yeah, I don't really listen to anybody bumping Straight Outta Compton. They kind of look at it more for the historical significance of like, oh man, he said fuck the police, holy shit, you know. Yo, Dance with Ghost, what do you think of sonic vocal music? What is sonic vocal music? I don't know what that is. Josh Toten, Gen 1 of K-pop started roughly around the same time as grunge took off in the US, but didn't reach the US until Gen 2, 04 to 10, but was still super niche till BTS blew up. Jeez, having K-pop in the 90s sounds so like alien, because it seems like such a futuristic kind of music, you know. Anyway. The only time I heard about Joni Mitchell was when she left Spotify. Yeah, they left because they were putting Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan was getting on Spotify with his podcast, so like all these old fogies from like the 60s, like Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young and Joni Mitchell, they were all like, well, we're not gonna be on Spotify, and everyone was like, okay, cool, see you later. Like, old people don't even like, the old people who are fans of that music, they don't listen to them on Spotify anyway. They still have the CDs or the records that they listen to those bands on. They're not gonna pull up their cell phone and listen to Crosby, Stills, and Nash. They said pussy, then unacceptable. Now, bussy, however. Anytime bussy is brought up, I love it. When good dogs do bad things. Lewis's nickname was Killer. Yeah, apparently he supposedly killed somebody in like a car wreck, and it was like, what was it, like a hot, like accidental, like manslaughter or something. I'm so burned out on Backstreet Boys. Oh, by Unoriginal. Oh yeah, no, me too. I'm absolutely burned out on that song. If I never ever heard it again, it would be too soon. Like, I am absolutely burned out on that song. But there are people in the world, and I've learned this by doing karaoke. There are people in the world who have no mechanism in their brain that makes them tired of songs. They just never get tired of songs. They just find a song that they like and they stick with it. It's like these fucking emo nights that I've been to a few times, or these like goth nights or whatever. They play the same 40 songs because the DJs of these events have realized that that's all anyone wants to hear is the same shit that they've heard time and time and time again. And the goth one really disappointed me because I DJ'd a goth event last Saturday, and everybody, I was playing some, B tracks, some deep cuts or whatever, and the only shit I was getting requests for was like Tear You Apart by She Wants Revenge, or The Dope Show by Marilyn Manson, or Head Like a Hole by Nine Inch Nails. It's like, or some kind of like Enjoy the Silence by Depeche Mode. It's like, how are you guys not sick and tired of these fucking songs by now? Like, these songs you've heard them a billion times, and the emo community is worse, because like, I don't know, maybe they're not worse, maybe they're just as bad, but yeah, people just don't get burned out on shit the way you and I do, apparently. Let's see here. That's a song with the annoying ass baby noise loop. I don't remember what song that could be referring to, but Jesus Christ, it sounds awful. Blue Monday is the classic. It is, but man, the production though. And Orgy did make it theirs. I think Orgy has the far superior version of that song, even though they weren't the ones that wrote it. I feel like Unoriginal. I feel like half of these 60s songs are going to be more forgotten over the next decade. I don't know. I got these, again, I keep bringing up my karaoke gigs because that's the only like gauge I have of like young people. A lot of the young people are still singing a lot of these like old songs, and I'm like looking at these kids and I'm like, how have you heard this song? Like, I don't think they play it on the radio. They definitely don't play it on TikTok. How have you been exposed to this song enough to know the melody, know the lyrics? I mean, I don't know. They've been around this long, so I don't know. I think they're going to stick around. Groove is in the Heart is a good song. I very vehemently disagree with you, Dupe Foop. I think it's an awful song. Hello, Mr. Ghost. How are you doing? Sick shirt, by the way. Thank you, Nishobi White Deer. I am doing, I don't know, had some hangover anxiety. When I woke up today, felt kind of depressed. So I figured this live stream would get my head out of my own ass. And so far, it's working. Let's see here. D-Light was more house jungle shit. Yeah, they were. Backstreet Boys was a great pop album, blah, blah, blah. Even the best songs lose that initial wow moment. Yes, that's very true. They do. Or sometimes you kind of grow to like a song. It grows on you. Okay, let's get back. Groove is in the pussy. Love it. Love it. Okay, so we've established that song's a classic. The Byrds, Mr. Tambourine Man. I forgot how that one went, but I do remember it being a classic. It's a Dylan song initially, and the Byrds covered it. Cool, moving on. Ooh, Woody Guthrie, Mr. Subversive country folk hero guy. Yeah, I like Woody Guthrie. This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to Staten Island. I don't know if that's exactly how it goes, but whatever. Yeah, man, this guy had some very controversial lyrics back in the day. He was like the first, I don't know, he was like the first, like, hipster who was like, nah, man, like, maybe it's not cool to be, like, country and racist. And all the old country guys are like, what the hell, are you even white, boy, talking like that? Hey, maybe we should, like, you know, treat everyone equally and stuff. And it's like, get the fuck out of here, Woody Guthrie. Now, wait a second. Is this the original This Land Is Your Land that we sang in? I gotta read this. In the 1940s, the folk icon was so perturbed by the pomposity of Kate Smith's inescapable recording of God Bless America that he dashed off a set of down-to-earth radical lyrics in response. God Bless America for me, Guthrie initially titled his song, borrowing a melody from the Carter Family's When the World's on Fire. 4 years later, he'd edit those lyrics down to This Land Is Your Land, which has become a kind of populist national anthem sung by everyone from kindergarten classes to J-Lo at the 2021 presidential inauguration. Damn, so that's he wrote that. I thought that was like a song that existed since like the 1800s. But no, that motherfucker wrote that one back in the old, like the 50s. Jeez. Did not know that. Oh, look at that O face that Beyonce's making. I will say she looks cute in that picture. Would not mind if she was, anyway, I won't say that. I'm gonna be a gentleman. No, this is a great song, great music video. Single Ladies. I know it's kind of corny, but I think it's a good song. You could almost take a shot with the 4 writers that it made to write the song. This is kind of like one of those. There's not a whole lot of like instrument in this song. It's just like boinch it, boinch it, boinch it. I'm a single ladies. There's like not a lot of instrumentation to be had. It's like a beat and her vocal, and it kind of makes me wonder why you need that many writers. No, it's a good song though. Oh god, hangovers are a bitch. CCR, Fortunate Son, fuck yes. Now we're talking Rolling Stone. This is like, when I think classic, like just classic rock, you got to think Creedence Clearwater Revival with John Fogerty, man. Like that, in like 2 years, he wrote like 2 albums that had like every hit song that would be played on classic rock radio for the years to come. Not to mention his songs were featured in every movie about Vietnam ever made. Like anytime there's a clip of Vietnam footage, it's always like Fortunate Son playing, or like whoa, huh, what is it good for? It's either one that song or Fortunate Son, or like the like World War II or Vietnam stock music that you play in the background whenever you're talking about Vietnam. Oh, There's a Light That Never Goes Out by the Smiths. How sweet. I agree. Great song, great band, good tunes, great food. We treat you right. Winn-Dixie. Oh, J Mitch has got yet another song on this list so quickly in succession of her last song. Both Sides Now. Never heard it. Don't like Joni Mitchell all that much. I think her music is kind of boring. Is there something I'm missing? I don't know. What we got here? Oh, Aaliyah's "Are You That Somebody" has that annoying baby sample. I want to like pull that up and listen to it, but I don't want to get copyright claimed. Wow. Why would you do that? Why would you put a sample of a baby in a song ever? When would that ever be a good idea? Woody Guthrie had "This Machine Kills Fascists" written on his guitar. Something of a dude. Wow. Yeah, and then I think Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine like stole that and wrote that on his guitar as well. Tom Morello had some not so great ideas written on his guitar. He had "Arm the Homeless" on his guitar one time, and it's like, maybe we shouldn't give people who overwhelmingly have mental health issues weapons, who are desperate and on the street. Maybe that's like one of the worst ideas I've ever heard, Tom Morello. Maybe just stick to writing like killer guitar leads instead of engendering your politics and your stupid guitar. Yeah. Arm the homeless. What a dumbass sentiment. All right, Ashtray DK. It looks like you're bouncing out. I am noticing you. Not touching the vodka until I get 5 songwriters or more, though I may regret my intransigence. You have my permission to go ahead and take a shot if you want to. Hey, CCR, Fortunate Son, timeless boomer rock song. It is a classic boomer rock song. Hate Fortunate Son's overplayed. Yes, it is overplayed, but still classic, though. Fortunate Son is punk rock before they had a term for it. Vietnam movies, it's either that or Hendrix. Like All Along the Watchtower or something. There's got to be some way to get out of this cage. I think that there will be at least another Smith song that is higher up on the list than There's a Light That Never Goes Out or whatever. How Soon Is Now was lower on the list. I think we've already hit that one. How's the karaoke business been? Also, do you ever sing at your gigs? The karaoke business has been doing all right. It's pretty slow in January because like everyone went out in December and tortured me with their karaoke bullshit. And now it's kind of like calmed down since the holidays are over and everyone's starting their New Year's resolutions to not drink and not go out as much or save money. So they've been kind of dead in January, but that's every year. That's not anything new to this year. And I've been not complaining. I definitely had too much people experience in December, so I'm happy to go into a slower gig. Rage Against the Machine is more like Rage with the Machine these days. Well, they haven't put out an album in like over a decade, I believe. All they really do is tour now, and they probably go through Live Nation or Ticketmaster, who price gouges the fuck out of people. I can't say this for a fact, but I'm pretty sure that's who they go through. You don't really have a choice if you're that big of an artist and you're playing in a big venue. They kind of have, like they have their preferred vendors that you have to go through. So there's all that shit. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, they probably none of them ever probably want you to snap a picture of their house because I'm sure they all live in mansions. And there's nothing wrong with that. But when your whole thing is we are comunisto simpatico, it's a little hypocritical to live that kind of lavish lifestyle, you know. How many emos could you take in a fight if they're standing between you and Taco Bell? Okay, anyway. Just checked out the original Blue Monday by New Order. Again, you're right. It's very quiet, bad mixing. Too quiet, great song, though. Same with most Depeche Mode and OMD. I don't know, man. Depeche Mode got their shit together when it came to mixing by, like, Music for the Masses, which was, I think it was, like, 84 or 85. And then definitely by, like, Black Celebration. Although I will say Enjoy the Silence was a little thin. Little bit, but they were writing like dance records before like before like the 90s techno movement of like the mid to early 90s, when artists like, you know, Moby and Ace of Base and Real McCoy, Hadaway, all those groups, before all those groups came out, Depeche Mode was writing like dance music. So there wasn't really a precedent set for electronic dance music, because disco was like real drums and all that. So I don't know. Rage Against the Machine just broke up again, as much as I know. Really? Jesus Christ. Like, when all you have to do is get together a few dates a year and just make a pile of money, and you don't even have to like write together. I don't see what the big deal is. Like, why do you have to like break up? Okay, so I'm seeing that they broke up. All right, well, fuck. Shows what I know. I mean, they don't really do a great job of like promoting anything because I guess they have nothing to promote. And I guess promoting would be like anathema to what Rage Against the Machine stands for. Anyway, let's move on with this list here. Derek and the Dominoes, Layla, yes, classic. Eminem featuring Dido, Stan. Yeah, I would say that this song really shook me when I first saw the music video on MTV back in the day, where the obsessed fan is writing Eminem a letter, and like he doesn't really get it because he's busy, but by the time he does finally get it, Stan has already driven his car, basically, unalived himself and his pregnant girlfriend by driving off a bridge. The video was epic, dude. It was very disturbing at first. When I first watched it, I was like, it gave me goosebumps. I was like, wow, this is like powerful. I mean, it even spawned a whole ass term, standing for somebody. If you stand for an artist or whatever that means, you're basically like obsessed with them and they can do no wrong in your eyes, kind of deal. Oh God. So yeah, I agree. I didn't know Dido had a last name. I thought she was just a Dido. Dido Armstrong. Kind of breaks the mystique a little bit to know her last name is Armstrong. It's so normal. Crosby, Stills, and Nash, Sweet Judy Blue Eyes. I never knew that song was sweet as in like a musical suite. I thought it was like sweet as in SWEE sweet. Like, oh, there goes that Sweet Judy Blue Eyes. Like, okay. So it's like a musical suite. Does that mean it's like a 15-minute long song with like multiple pieces of music throughout? Or I don't know. I've never heard the song. I've heard the title a million times. He wanted to edge out his boys. Steven Stills wanted to edge out David Crosby and Graham Nash because only Steven is credited as writing this song. Up next, we've got Ike and Tina Turner, River Deep, Mountain High. Is that the Ain't No Mountain High Enough to Keep Me Away From You? I think that song's just called Ain't No Mountain High Enough. And if that's the case, I've never heard this song. And Ike Tina should have divorced Ike a long time before he started like beating her and shit. That's what everyone says. That's such a hacky comment to make. I take that back. Not because it's like, oh, well, it's inappropriate, just because it's such a hack comment. New Order, Bizarre Love Triangle is ahead of Blue Monday? I don't think so. Bizarre Love Triangle is kind of a lame song. They should have True Faith. That trumps all New Order songs is True Faith. That song's fucking fantastic. Okay, well, I disagree. Bizarre Love Triangle, I don't care for that song. Oh God, Tom Petty, Free Fallin'. Who the fuck isn't sick of this song? I agree, it's a classic song. It's one of those songs that you're surprised was written. It just seems like one of those songs that's always existed. Like there was never a time where this song didn't exist. It's just that classic of a song. But my God, does it get old? 'Cause I'm free falling. It's like, and then he like just repeats it over and over again. There's this like hacky story I remember being told when I was a kid that my brother told me or something. I think it was some like radio disc jockeys did this parody, and it's like, 'cause I'm sick of free falling, and they did like a throw up sound. I'm like, bro, if that exists, that is the perfect example of boomer humor. Like that is shit that dads of my generation would have found fucking hilarious, and now our generation would look at a song like that and be like, ugh, cringe. That is so fucking corny. Just reading the comments here. Yeah, 90s Eurodance was just the next evolution of disco if you think about. Yeah, absolutely. New fan here from Red Cow hopping in to say enjoyed the Vanilla Ice and Emo Garth videos. Going to start going through back catalog. Thank you, Matthew Johnson. I appreciate it. Please do go through that back catalog, guys. If you're new to this channel and you like the videos that you've seen recently even if you're only here for the Rex Viper AVGN shit, even if you go through the back catalog for that, there's going to be videos about that too. So if you've only watched my past 3 videos or 4 or whatever, definitely go check out my back catalog. I've been doing YouTube since 2015. I'd say the first 2 years of content, probably not worth watching, but say, I don't know, everything from 2017 or 2018 and above is probably worth your time for the most part. So I would say go and check those out. Big Applegate, just listen to part 2 at work today. Thank you very much. Hippie Vangelis. What did Vangelis play on? True Faith, my favorite. Yeah, True Faith is the best song by New Order. Stop Dragging My Heart Around is Better Petty. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, that's not pure Petty, though. That's like Stevie Nicks, a Tom Petty duet. I don't know if that song's even credited as a Tom Petty song. I think it's a Stevie Nicks song featuring Tom Petty. Won't Back Down is better. Dude, there's like so many Tom Petty songs that are better than Free Fallin'. Won't Back Down is one of them. I don't know. I'd even take Don't Do Me Like That, you know. Okay, anyway, let's move on. Up next, we got Wilson Pickett in the Midnight Hour. I know this is a classic song, but I can't tell you what it sounds like. I don't remember it. Moving on. Stevie Nicks, Edge of 17. Yeah, it's a great song. I even don't hate the Miley Cyrus kind of reworking of the song that she did a couple years ago. I thought it was pretty decent. Yeah, I agree. Good song. Just like a white-winged dove, she sings songs, sounds like she's singing. Oh, man. Elvis Presley, Jailhouse Rock, classic song. I play this song at my gigs. Even the fucking kids or the younger people will start. This song just, it's still got that magic to it that makes people want to dance. And I've played it, and to this day, people will still dance to Jailhouse Rock. It's just got that down, 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 that like that bluesy swing or whatever. It's one of those formulaic kind of things that you can't really go wrong with. This fucking lights, dude. Everything on my face gets itchy where I'm having to constantly touch it and rub it. And I'm glad I'm just a small little box on the screen right now because this is very fucking annoying to me. I have like light sensitivity. 1995's Mobb Deep Shook Ones Part 2. Not heard this song by a long shot. But apparently it's really goddamn good because it beat out Hendrix and fucking all those other classic groups. Okay, I gotta read why this song is so high. Mobb Deep may have dropped from their first label after their 1993 album Juvenile Hell, but watching top producers like Large Professor and DJ Premier chop samples during its sessions proved instructive. Picked up by Loud Records, the two teenagers found inspiration in Jessica, a deep cut from Herbie Hancock. I just had to mind to sample it and rearrange it, Havoc recalled, adding that he was going for darker music. The result was one of the most soul-crushing beats ever and a template for the cold-hearted verses that ensured Mobb Deep's place in history. Oh, I'm going to say I'll check that out because I want to hear this soul-crushing beat that they're talking about, but I'm probably going to forget and not check it out, so rest in peace. Steely Dan, Deacon Blues. I hate Steely Dan. I've always hated Steely Dan. You know why I hate Steely Dan? My parents forced me to listen to Steely Dan in the car, driving to church, driving wherever. It was always Steely Dan cassette tapes in the goddamn cassette bay. I don't know when my dad specifically, because he was the music guy. I don't know when my dad got so fucking lame, but he had all these great cassettes in his cassette collection. Pink Floyd, Alice in Chains, Nirvana, just Zeppelin, Rush, and yet Steely Dan was the band that we had to listen to. Don't know why, but I've always hated them. I hate their stupid lyrics. I don't like Donald Fagen's fucking voice. Take your big black cow and get out of here. I will say, yes, the musicianship is top-notch. Top-notch session musicians, 100% agree. Doesn't matter. Taste is everything, and this is not my fucking taste. All apologies if you happen to like Steely Dan. Rolling Stones, Paint It Black. Abso-fucking-lutely. This is probably one of the I will say this is probably like the only song by the Stones that I actually fucking like. Because it sounds nothing like the Rolling Stones. I made a video one time in my back catalog that you guys should check out. It's like songs that sound nothing like the original band. I had songs like Do the Evolution by Pearl Jam or like Creep by Radiohead. I should have included this song because this song doesn't really sound like a Rolling Stones song, but you know, Mick Jagger's voice is kind of distinct, so it still sounds like them because of him singing over it. But yeah, just that guitar riff, that very Middle Eastern kind of drumming style. Good stuff. Ooh, what do we got by Boston? More Than a Feeling? Yeah, it's a classic song. I wish they had put Peace of Mind on there instead of More Than a Feeling. Peace of Mind is such a badass song, man. Those fucking guitars, those like 3 guitar harmonies. And the song just builds and builds. So fucking epic. No. It's Don't Look Back. Don't Look Back is the song I meant. Don't look back. I am not gonna attempt to do Brad Delp's vocal range, but yeah, Don't Look Back is the best Boston song. And then you got fucking Foreplay, First Time, or interlude or intro. Like that's like a prog masterpiece on the organ and bass and drums. Like that song kicks so much fucking ass. I want to learn to play Foreplay on the keyboard or whatever, because man, that song rocks. I love Boston. How can you go wrong with them? U2, With or Without You. Yes. That's a great song, much like the Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For. With or Without You. It's a good song. Music video is way less cringy. Bono is not coming off as Jesus in this video. At least I don't think, if I remember correctly. Heavy use of the EBow on this song by The Edge. I like how even under writers, it's still just The Edge. Dude will not go by his real name to save his life. You gotta be a certain person to get a nickname, right? It's not easy. But the old school dudes who were able to do it, man. David Bowie, The Edge, Sting, like, it's cool. I wish I had a nickname, but I don't think I'm a nickname guy unless Ghosts becomes my nickname, because that's what you guys like calling me on here, which I'm perfectly fine with. Because one day I will be a ghost. Maybe sooner rather than later. Just kidding. 210, Funkadelic, One Nation Under a Groove. Yes, classic song. They had that boom bap kind of groove thing going on that the G-Funk style based their sound off of in the early 90s. I just feel it to be true. What are these comments saying? What kind of shit are you guys talking? Learning to Fly is a great Tom Petty song. Agreed. Edge of 17 higher than Go Your Own Way. Can't disagree. Was Go Your Own Way lower? I don't even remember. Sean A. American Girl. That's a good song. Oh yeah. All right. Take it easy, baby. Make it last all night. Yeah. Steely Dan is 70s dad rock. And my dad was a dad who, well, raised me in the 90s, but you know, the 70s was like his heyday. So yes, you are absolutely accurate on that. Oh man, Deacon Blues, that's my dad all the way. Okay, so I get it. Steely Dan is a dad band. They're a band for dads. Yup, okay. Jake O'Quinn, any thoughts on my favorite band, City and Color? Huh? What, do you want me to just like guess for you as a person? I know nothing about you, Jake O'Quinn, so that's a stupid question unless you were just trying to be funny, in which case, still kind of stupid. Shobi White Deer, do you have a specific place you host karaoke or a different place every night? No, they're different locations every week. Well, so like Monday is one place, Wednesday is another place, and Thursday is another place. You could probably easily find where I DJ at, but I'm not going to tell you because I don't want any of you people coming up there and annoying me with your shitty renditions of karaoke songs. Just kidding. I'm sure some of you are good singers who have talent, but I'm just being a dick right now. Still listening. If you haven't heard the cover of Paint It Black by Gob, do it. It's an amazing... Dude, a lot of people have covered Paint It Black, which I get why. It's one of those little off-kilter songs that, like, if you're a darker band, you know, it's right in your wheelhouse. Foreplay is probably my favorite Boston song. Dude, Foreplay is such a badass. Like, I can't believe how, like, prog rock those guys can get. And they never really used it in their songs. But that one song, they're like, hey, by the way, we're all, like, legit musicians. That's something bands don't do anymore that I miss. Like say, like, Måneskin or some new contemporary rock band. They're not just going to have an instrumental song where they're basically just showing off that, like, hey, we're also badass musicians. I had a song called The Descent that I wrote on my second album, Nightmare Inside You, where I did this piano, like, kind of odyssey with just kind of piano, drums, and bass that I thought was pretty cool. And it was one of those, the purpose of it was supposed to be a live song where we kind of show off our abilities as musicians, but Ari never learned how to play it, so because I was on guitar, and so yeah. Anyway, moving on. You can't stand U2 by one person. The other person goes, YouTube needs to be top 100, bruh. I don't. Not in my list. They don't. Joshua Tree is a brilliant album. Unfashionable to say. No, I mean, yeah, I get it. I get why people like it. I kind of like U2. The only song I really love by U2 is actually in the video for like the artists that don't like the songs the artists have made that don't sound like the artist. YouTube's Hold Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me, Thrill Me, or no, it's Thrill Me, Kill Me, whatever. That is my favorite U2 song because it sounds nothing like U2. So yeah, that song's good stuff. You know, when I wanted to like U2 in the 90s because, like, I thought they were going into a more electronic alternative phase, so I listened to Achtung Baby and Zooropa, and both albums were just, like, disappointments to me. And by the way, why the fuck is One by U2 such a beloved song? Why? What is so great about one love, one life, we gotta care for each other, it's like, that could have been a Train song for all I care. That could have been Minivan mom rock. Like, I never understood what was so fucking great about the song One. Dancing with Ghosts. I used to work /be friends with Justin Silverman. I love your videos. What? You got to tell me more about that, Ryan Magus. Were you the guy who emailed me that one time? Because I responded back saying, like, yes, I would absolutely be interested in hearing from you. I got to know what it's like working for Justin Silverman, man. That would be its own fucking video that you could potentially be in. Oh, City and Color is the band name. Sorry, Jake. I'm stupid and slightly hungover. Never heard of that band. Anthony Soto, Parasitic Ejaculation are my favorite band. Good for you, buddy. The Big Applegate. Oh, dude, I just watched Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead the other day with Christina Applegate. That is like my all-time just hottest celebrity crush. Would marry. Like, my God, she is so fucking hot. Like, why can't they make another Christina Applegate, but, like, you know, around my age? She needs to be reincarnated because, good God, she was hot. Anyway, that has nothing to do with anything but your name, Applegate. One of these people will probably karaoke the AVGen theme. No one's done that yet, surprisingly. You know, outside of YouTube world, the Angry Video Game Nerd isn't that famous. I hate to, like, blow everyone's mind with this statement. I am at bars almost every day of the week, if not every day of the week. I talk to a lot of people of all different age groups. I mention that I'm a YouTuber. They say, oh yeah? Well, what do you do for YouTube? Oh, I make music-based videos. For instance, you remember when Vanilla Ice tried to go new rock or new metal? Oh yeah, I kind of remember that. Yeah, you remember that Chris Gaines character when Garth Brooks tried to go emo? Oh yeah, I kind of remember that. And also, you know who Angry Video Game Nerd is and his band Rex Viper? Just blank stares. Never heard of the guy. And these are like people around my age, people who are younger than me, people who are older than me. Like he's not like, yes, in YouTube world, in eSalab world, at nerd conventions, at game conventions, yes, James is very popular. But he carved out a specific niche for himself, and he ain't the rest of the world. Most people do not know who. I have to go in depth when I explain to my friends, why are you putting so much work into your YouTube channel now? I'm like, well, it's starting to kind of blow up a little bit. Talk about this guy. Have you heard of the Angry Video Game Nerd? And they're like, no, never. And I'm like, okay, so there's this guy named James Rolfe. He plays this character who shits on all of it, and I have to explain the whole fucking thing. And it's like, anyway, it's neither here nor there. Boys of Summer is a really great song, legit song. Oh, I love this song. As a classic. I love this song the most, but then the Ataris covered it in 2009, and I felt like they did a good job too, revitalizing it for a new generation. I stole that Batman album cassette from a shopping mall in Virginia in '95. Fact, love that you two. I love that you did that. Oh man, a shopping mall in 1995. Wouldn't that be the dream to go back to that time period in life when malls were still relevant and they had stores full of physical media, and that's the only way you could listen to the music. It forced you to spend money and support art, or like what Anthony did, just steal it, which is something you could do. So how a lot of bands got their music out to people who maybe couldn't afford the $15 fucking CD. I think cassettes were always slightly cheaper because the sound quality was way worse. I think cassettes were 10 or 12 bucks, and CDs were 15. I miss them all. I miss being that age, Anyway, I am reminiscing in my nostalgia right now. I miss before I became an alcoholic. There's a lot of things I miss. PC from VCS. Yes, she's insanely hot. Thank you. Her hotness bothers me. It makes me want to cry. You are so fucking hot. I just want to be in your presence and simp for you. Okay, let's see. I can't read every single comment because I'm trying to get through this in a timely manner. Let's see here. Welcome, Super Anthony. I never hear anyone talk about AVGN anymore. LMAO, it's a legacy channel at this point. I mean, pretty much. Do you think Ted Nugent has better music than Janet Jackson? I like to say I don't put my people's politics into their music, but God, it's really hard not to with Ted Nugent. It's really hard not to. I think Stranglehold's a good song. Don't care for Cat Scratch Fever, and I think Wango Tango is one of the stupidest songs I've ever heard. I think the guy's pretty cheesy, actually. I think he's a really talented guitar player. I think he is one of the innovators of the evolution of rock, honestly, with the Amboy Dukes, his first band that he was in, and then his solo stuff. I applaud his sobriety and never doing drugs or alcohol, because that shit's shitty. But aside from that, that's about any good thing I have to say about Ted Nugent. I fucking hate his political views. I think he's an extremist. And Janet Jackson has tits, and Ted Nugent does not. Super Anthony. Oh, and as an obsessed YouTube fan, they have about 50 songs better than With or Without You, Pride, and They Have Loved You. Oh, yeah. I always forget about their pre-Joshua Tree songs. Yes, New Year's Day is a great song. I forgot all about that one. I guess I need to go back and re-listen to Achtung Baby, but I remember listening to it and not caring for it, especially one, man. Simon Robinson, I stumbled upon your channel because I love Pink Floyd and Depeche Mode, etc., and I have to say I was absolutely bemused by all the Rex Viper stuff. I have to tell you, it's very, very niche indeed. Bemused means that you were not amused by it. Yeah. Yeah, I know, man. But the thing is like it is a niche of rabid, dedicated followers. So when I do talk about it, the reason why I've gained like 2,000, I had a like my rubric for my channel growth. It was pretty predictable back in the day. I'd get 1,000 new subscribers per year. Now on that math, I was never going to be able to make any kind of living off of YouTube whatsoever. It was just going to be a hobby, a passion project. And it kind of sucked because I really did want to like do this more often, but if I have to work, then I can't do it. And, you know, I was like, damn, that really sucks. So when I started doing Rex Viper and I saw that it was blowing up and I saw my subscriber count grow, I did it again to see if the video would if another video on that, if anyone would have any interest in it, because it was fun to talk about. I wasn't just doing it for views or whatever. It was a fun topic to talk about. These guys who just are not good at their instruments, and they're, because of who James Rolfe is, they have this platform to play in front of a lot of people, and they suck. And the subscribers and the views were just growing and growing. People have had and have this extreme thirst for anything and everything that's AVGNT, any drama or anything like that. Now, as a result of that, of all these new subscribers, they've also started looking at my other shit, and a lot of them like it. And that's the whole fucking point of covering AVGN at this point for me. Unless he does something that I really want to talk about, anything that I put out that's AVGN related is just so people come in and watch my other shit, like this, for instance, because I enjoy talking about music more so than I enjoy talking about AVGN, although it is fun to talk about AVGN sometimes. So there you go. Hawk, good afternoon. Bars every day, drinking problem? No, I work. I'm a karaoke DJ, so I work at the bars. But yes, I do have a drinking problem. I'm not going to the bar, though, just of my own volition. I work there. Trust me, I would not go to a fucking bar every day if I had a choice. Jesus Christ. Bussy of Summer. Yes, absolutely. Hi, Glowy. Jordy, I remember the neon lights throughout Regency Mall in 95. Fellow Jacksonvillian here, Jordy. Yeah, they loved neon back in the 90s in the malls. I loved it, man. I loved that period of my life. I was probably like happiest back then. Just been chasing that happiness ever since. And I had my whole life ahead of me, you know, like I hadn't like made any mistakes, and I had all this like sense of possibility. Life was going to happen to me. It wasn't happening yet. I was preparing for life, and I hadn't realized that life had already happened. It's happening now. It's going to happen tomorrow unless you die, and it already happened in the past, and you're kind of in control of what you want to do with your life. And as a kid, I always thought that I was being prepared, like at this certain age I was going to be launched into official life. Now we're in life, and I think that was the biggest mistake I made as a kid, was not realizing that, hey man, it's happening right now. So whatever goals or ambitions you have, you need to do it now and not wait for some arbitrary point for life to happen. Anyway. Fucking age. I've been friends with, okay, got another update here. I've been friends with Justin and Jarrett since college. I'm not looking to be in a video, but I can tell you a few stories sometime on Discord or something. I really got to get on that Discord. Still not on it. I was told it was a bad place last live stream I did, where a lot of drama tends to go down. I remember people getting impatient with me because I would stay at the CD listening station too long. Volantera. Oh, wow. I think I used one of those things like once or twice, but I thought they were dirty. I was like, man, I bet these never get cleaned. So like, I felt like the music was always like way too loud whenever I put on the headphones. I was also quite young when those were a thing. So like, I think now they made all kinds of sense at the time. Now it's like, if you mention a CD listening station to someone, they're going to look at you like you're crazy. Like, what the fuck is the point in that? I can just listen to it for free on YouTube. But hey, man, I miss being forced to have to buy music. I really do miss that time. Even though I'm subscribed to Spotify and it's technically not free now, I wish if there was a choice. I mean, I need it for my job and all that, but like if I wasn't a karaoke DJ and a DJ in general, I wish that we could go back to being forced to buy CDs and have to do it that way, because people just treated music with more respect when it was harder to come by. Now it's so disposable. Nobody gives a shit. Like music is just it's like a disposable pen. It's really necessary and convenient whenever you need it, and then when you're done with it, you don't care if it gets lost or not. You don't. I don't know. I sound like a fucking old man yelling at the clouds right now. All right, what else do we got on here? What do you think of The Smile, the band with Tom York, Johnny Gruden? Isn't Flea in that band too? No, I think they were in another one. I haven't really heard much music from them yet. To me, they're actually boring. Yeah, I kind of got the impression that might be the case. I mean, they've already blown their wads of like creativity and all those great Radiohead albums. Moonshaped Pool was their last album, and it was good, but I wasn't really hearing anything new on there. For a while, Radiohead, every time they released a new album, it was like it was something new that you had never heard before. And then their last album was just like, okay, I've kind of like heard all this brand of Radiohead, and it's not a bad album by any means, but it just like the innovation is starting to fade, so doesn't surprise me that their side band isn't all that great. The Ataris did their cover of Don Henley in 2003. Okay, I think I said 2008 or 2009. Yeah, that's right. Cause I remember that song being played at this party. This hot girl from high school invited me to her party, or maybe no, she didn't invite me. She invited my friend Olin, who was a very attractive kid. And me and Olin were best friends, and by virtue of the fact that I was friends with Olin, I got invited to this girl's party, and they were playing that song. They were playing that song in the background. Dude, this chick was so rich. They had this underground bar, and that's where us kids as teenagers were allowed to hang out. No parents whatsoever. They were upstairs in their room, far away from the kids. We were all teenagers who were all at our sexual peak. We were all horny and shit. So, of course, Spin the Bottle happens. I was fat at the time. And I've been told that a group of girls pulled my friend Olin aside and said, hey, if the bottle lands on Josh, don't make me kiss him. I don't want to kiss Josh. Oh, man. Yeah, I was fat, man. I was rejected. I remember that same night, my friend Zach, who now is passed away from a heroin overdose, making out with this girl, Megan. I forget her last name, but she was so fucking hot. She kind of looked like Darcy from the Smashing Pumpkins. They were like up against the wall, breathing heavy and making out. All the things I wanted to do as a kid, but like girls weren't interested in me because I was overweight. So, yeah, whenever I've listened to Elliot Rodgers' Manifesto before, and would I have ever done anything as violent as what he did, like killing like sorority girls and random people on the street? No, I would have never done that. But I will say I can relate to a lot of his anger and frustration, because at that time I said some of the same shit that Elliot Rodgers would say in his manifesto, like, it's not fair. I'm this great guy and women only want these dumb jocks and blah, blah, blah. I was such a little incel when I was a teenager. I'm only comfortable talking about this now because I have gotten laid quite a bit, but yeah, man, when I was a teenager, it was pretty sad. I'm really getting off fucking topic here. Sorry. Anyway, let's see here. Josh, any chance you're a fan of Brian Jonestown Massacre? Never heard of it. Unoriginal Nugent was part of Damn Yankees. Yuck. Well, wasn't Tommy Shaw Damn Yankees? I think he was. You Voluntera, you don't agree with hunting down animals for sport? I don't think it's really necessary, honestly. I'm not like against it, but like it's not for me, and I'm totally like not into it at all. I think it's a horrible idea for myself. But if someone out there wants to do that, then I guess, especially if you're hunting a species that is plentiful like deer. Obviously, if you are shooting elephants, you're the biggest piece of shit in the world and should probably be shot yourself, because elephants are amazing creatures, first of all. Secondly, they're endangered, I believe. And third, what a fucking pussy. You're going to sit up in a tree disguised in camouflage and shoot an animal that has no way to like equally defend itself against you. Anyway, I am getting so off topic. You guys are doing this on purpose. An album review on Tommy Two-Tone. You know, I met Tommy Two-Tone. I've told this story before. I was in a cover band and he was like touring, and he rolled up to the venue, and it was a small ass little venue, in a van. He rolls up in a van. Dude's bald. But he's still got the cul-de-sac male pattern baldness side hair. He's wearing the blazer from the 80s with the sleeves rolled up, dark sunglasses, gives me a dead fish handshake, and I was just kind of like, fuck that guy at this point. Like, if you're going to shake my hand like that, then I don't respect you. All right, I got to get back to this here, making sure I'm not missing anything I want to talk about. I'm coming up on 47 and pine for my youth, but then again, I work with young people who think it's cool. I was 14 when Nevermind came out. That is cool. I think that's cool that you were 14 when Nevermind came out. I find I lived through the last great hurrah for... You did! And I wish I lived through that, because I'm in a band, and we would have way more of a chance if we had come out back then, when people wanted rock music. Now there's like no chance in fucking hell. Yeah, no, I'm canceling myself right now. Well, I mean, having differing views towards hunting, I don't think is a cancelable action. Or talking about how I was an incel as a teenager. I don't know if I can get canceled for those things. Ashtray Decay, hugs about your friend dying from an OD. I just had a friend die from that December 2019. Then COVID happened. It was like he took out the whole world with him. Yeah, I think about this guy more lately. I don't know why. I've just been thinking like certain things. Like he was like one of my best friends. We had all these inside jokes and all that, but he just took a bad road, man. He took a bad path, and he just got into that drug shit. Started doing pills and this, that, and the other. Before you know it, he's doing heroin, and I just couldn't relate to him anymore because I was just drinking. That's all I've ever done is drank, and he was just getting into all this other shit, and I couldn't hang with him. Every time I saw him, he was so fucked up, you couldn't have a conversation with him. He turned into one of those drug people. It's really annoying. Limp Bussy handshake. I met Tiny Tim once and had his ukulele. Really? I thought that dude died a long time ago. All right, let's get back to this. Boys Summer, great song. Moving on. Hole. Doll Parts. I would have gone with Violet, but yeah, that's a fine song. Yeah, I like Hole. Hole was one of those bands that won me over. I hated Courtney Love at first, but Hole won me over, and I actually like them. Even that song Malibu. I don't know. I don't like Courtney Love as a person, though. I don't think I'd ever want to meet her. Rage Against the Machine, Killing in the Name. I like how I'm throwing in some 90s stuff in here, you know? Got some Hole. Man, fucking blow my nose, bro. There's like phlegm caught between my nose and my throat, so it just keeps going back and forth whenever I breathe. It's so fucking annoying. Sorry if any of you were eating when I just described that. You know, Killing in the Name, I think, is a little overrated. A lot of early Rage Against the Machine stuff off their first album, the riffs were very repetitive. And I think that was a problem that plagued a lot of their first album. Even though their first album is amazing, of course, like, I just feel like a lot of it was just really, like, repetitive riffs, you know? Like, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Some of those who work forces... all the same that burn crosses. Let me say that phrase a million times over and over again. Like, yeah, I don't ever put this song on for pleasure. There's so many songs on this album that are better than this. Like Wake Up is fucking classic. Stand for Nothing. What's that slap bass song they got on here? Know Your Enemy. That's also a great song. I mean, pretty much every other song. I don't care for Bomb Track either. Those two songs I don't care for. Almost every other song on that album is better. Glenn Campbell, Wichita Alignment. I actually heard this song. I heard it because REM had this like one-off documentary thing they did during their like Monster tour, I think. It was filmed in black and white, and it was super artsy fartsy, and it showed the band at rehearsals, and they started playing. Peter Buck started playing Wichita Lineman, and I guess like Michael Stipe knew the song or whatever, and Michael Stipe sang Wichita Lineman, and I love, dude, Michael Stipe's haunting voice singing Wichita Lineman sounded so fucking cool. I wish they had put that out as a single. Like, they really missed an opportunity there. But yeah, it's a great song. I am the lineman of the county. Britney Spears, Baby One More Time. Of course, you knew this was going to be in near the top songs or whatever. Yeah, this is a classic, whether you like it or not. Okay, Carl Sandburg, that was one of the writers in the I Want It That Way by Backstreet Boys that we saw earlier. So yeah, it was literally like these two Swedish guys wrote all the music for these 90s sensations. Who do we got next? David Bowie, Young Americans. I know David Bowie is a legend. I've never really had that high of an opinion of him. I don't like his voice, and therefore I have never heard this song, Young Americans, although I know it's one of his classics. What a douchebag, I know. 203, Stevie Wonder, Signed, Sealed, Delivered, I'm Yours. Yeah, I mean, it's a classic song. It's played at weddings a lot. It's getting a little old-timey for weddings, though, I've noticed. It was definitely more of a 2000s wedding song. It's just gotten so goddamn old-timey. I mean, the song came out in the 70s, so yeah, 1970 to be exact. But, you know, I hope there's some more Stevie Wonder songs that are higher up, because that would be sad if that's the only Stevie Wonder song that we see on here. Elton John, Your Song. Yes, classic. Came out in 1970 as well. Very clever songwriting by Bernie Taupin. Great song melody by Sir Elton John. Overplayed as fuck. Absolutely. But what are you going to do? Still got to give it its flowers, as they say nowadays. 201, Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire. Yep, classic song. Still sing it my karaoke gigs. Ugh, God, my nose, bro. This is awful. I know it must be annoying to look at, but it just gets so itchy. I'm going to try to ignore the itch and see what happens. But no, this is a classic song for sure. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I don't know what key that was, but it definitely wasn't the right key. All right, what do we got here? Have you ever heard of Mike Oldfield? No, I'm not. No, I'm not canceled. Most people think trophy hunters are pussies. Well, that's good, because I happen to think that as well. And my uncle's really big into that shit, and I don't know why. He's always liked it, and to him it's just completely normal. Like, yeah, you know, I'm blah blah blah. I went and did this, and you know, got me a 5-pointer or 4-pointer or whatever point is good, and then he shows me the fucking carcass of the thing, and I'm just like, yeah, great, man. Did it just literally send me? What the fuck just happened? Did it just send me to the? Oh my, what the fuck, you fucking piece of shit. You know how long it's gonna take to get back to where I was at? I was at like 200. Oh my god, you motherfucker. Hold on, I've got a solution to this. I'm just gonna get the URL off the website. You have not beat me yet, OBS Studio, you smug fuck. Alright, we'll click here. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. No, it's not to my fucking live stream. God damn it. Damn it, Janet. All right, Rolling Stone. Jesus Christ. 500 greatest songs of all time. I'm doing this on a fucking laptop with no mouse. I should plug my goddamn mouse in. That would make things a little quicker here. Okay. All right. Oh, wait. I just saw where I needed to be. Here we go. Okay. Fucking A. Whew. I thought I was going to have to go through all those songs all over again to get to where I was at. Because OBS, there's like a little internet browser within OBS, and it's like the most shittiest web browser ever. All right, let's plug this link in. Paste. Okay. Should be good. All right. And we should be at 200. Changes. All right, in at number 200. Man, I'm glad I was able to solve that problem quickly. 200, David Bowie, Changes. Yep, it's a classic song. Time can change me, but I can't change time. I feel bad that they had to write little articles for every single one of these songs. Like, that shit's crazy. It's like Pat the NES punk having to write an entire book about Super Nintendo games or Nintendo 64 games, but not even playing them on the real hardware. In at 199, we're in the 100s now. Thank fuck. Aerosmith, Dream On. Yep, classic song. Now we're getting into songs that I think truly are classics, and I think we're getting into the minefield where this magazine is gonna piss me off. Marvin Gaye, Sexual Healing. Absolutely, yes. And Peebles, I Can't Stand the Rain. That sounds like a classic song I might have heard, but I might be thinking of the CCR song. Never heard of it. Whatever. James Brown, Get Up. I feel like being at Sex Machine. Yes, I play this at my gigs every now and then. Can't argue with the Godfather of Soul. Patsy Cline. Yep, absolutely a classic. Crazy by Patsy Cline. A song that Willie Nelson wrote. Not the one who's so far. I can't decide if I think PJ Harvey is attractive in this picture or not. We have PJ Harvey's Rid of Me. So this whole like album or whatever was supposed to be this like classic alternative rock album that like if you haven't heard it, you need to go listen to it. And I gotta say that like I think I tried listening to it and it was pretty boring. So I disagree with the greatness of PJ Harvey. I think she was just kind of in the scene, one of the hipsters in the scene, and knew all the people in the industry probably, you know, and had the critics on her side. And I think that's how she got as, you know, critically acclaimed as she's gotten, because I think her music's kind of boring. Rolling Stones, classic song, Wild Horses. Ghetto Boys, Mind Playing Tricks on Me. This is a classic old school hip hop song. This actually is still sung at my karaoke gigs once in a great while, believe it or not. Ghetto Boys with Too Short there. Isn't that his name? Uncle Fucky. Up next, Bobby Gentry, Ode to Billy Joel. Is that the one? When Billy Joe McAllister jumped off the Tallahatchie Bridge. I was told that he did that. So I used to work at a gay bar. I used to run karaoke at a gay bar. And one of the guys there sang that song, and he's like, you know that song is about him jumping off the bridge because they found out he was gay. And back in those days, you were better off committing suicide than living as a gay man. Maybe. I don't know. The article here is saying that I left it open so the listener could draw his own conclusion. So I guess, yeah, so there is really no meaning behind it. That guy just pulled his own meaning from it. Maybe that's what he felt like it should have meant. In NWA, Fuck the Police, yeah, well, like I said, that's kind of the only reason NWA still has the high amount of cachet that they do is because it was edgy as fuck in the late 80s to write a song called Fuck the Police. I mean, that was like Lenny Bruce level, like art, you know, like being that brazen, testing the limits of free speech that much. And, you know, a lot of African Americans who had dealt with the police, especially in South Central LA at the time, had felt like there were unwarranted treatment of them because of their skin color. So a lot of black people related to that song in a big way, and you know, that's why it's a classic. 189, David Bowie, Space Odyssey, absolutely. Ground Control's Major Tom. Yeah, it is a classic song. When I first heard that song, it gave me the creeps, it scared me. I was like, damn, man, got stuck up in that. Even as a little kid, like, I knew the meaning to that song, and I felt like the sadness and the loneliness. And then I heard about the, what was it, the German guy who wrote the part 2 where he ends up making it home, which I think is pretty cheesy. Like, it's a great, the song itself is really cool, actually, but like oh nine, this song makes me very sad. I must write my own version where he makes it home okay. Like, that's lame. All right, Little Wing, Jimi Hendrix. Yeah, it's a great song. Been covered many a time. Wasn't Clapton the one who popularized it or repopularized it? Bob Dylan, Subterranean Homesick Blues, of course. Dylan song, man, they're just like throwing all the classics here. I get all these. My anger really hasn't been aroused all that much on this list, I gotta say. I came in with with my heckles up, and they're not really they're not triggering me like I thought they would. Staple Sisters, I'll Take You There. Not really familiar with that one, mate. Sorry, mate. Michael Jackson, Beat It. Hell yeah, great rock song in general. Pop rock. Let's read some of these comments. Doll Parts, maybe Courtney's one great song. No, dude, Violet. Give Violet a listen. That's a great song. How come the guys from Oasis hate Phil Collins? A lot of people in the UK hate Phil Collins because I guess he voted for the Tory party, which is the conservative party over there. And then he he moved to Switzerland to evade like taxes or something. Yeah, he's generally unliked over there he's kind of like seen as like this conservative like douchebag. Over here he's just kind of seen as a douchebag. But that's mainly from his 80s reputation as like, you know, it's not that he's seen as a douchebag, I'd say. I take that back. He's more seen as corny. Like cheesy, and like ironically liked, you know. I think his only unironic song that people really like is In the Air Tonight, but like anything else that they're doing by Phil Collins is going to be sung ironically, which is a shame. It really is a shame because he's got some great songs. Jesus, this phlegm. Well into the vodka now, so I'm immune to any disgust from your congestion issues, Josh. Yeah, it's bad. I don't know what the deal is. Rage Against the Machine's debut is top 25 albums of all time for me. I mean, I can see that. For me, it would be Battle of Los Angeles for me, personally. When it comes to Ratma. I'm 40 and remember when Kurt died, my older cousin was fucking distraught for weeks, and then she discovered Alice in Chains and was fine. That's hilarious. Yeah, and then in 2002, Lane Staley killed himself, and then she was all fucked up again. And there was no other great band at that point to replace those two. Wake Up is a much better song thanks to the Matrix soundtrack. You know, I was blown away because I think I probably saw Matrix before I heard Wake Up. And when I was listening to their self-titled for the very first time and Wake Up came on, I'm like, whoa, this is from the Matrix. And just by virtue of the fact that Matrix, came out in 99 or 2000, when I heard Wake Up, it was like a song from the future. It was like, dude, this song sounds so much more futuristic than any of the other songs on this album. That's because my point of reference was from a movie that came out years after Rage's first album. Anyway. Spawn motion picture soundtrack is pretty great. I'd have to check that one out. Oh, wait, no. Do I know that one? No, it's the Crow soundtrack that I'm thinking of, which is also pretty good. Anyway. Do you think R.E.M. will ever get back together? I fucking hope so, but not. I don't know, man. They're one of those bands that like have like integrity and stuff. So like when they kind of say that they're not gonna do like they're not gonna be one of those bands that reunite, you know, like I kind of think they mean it. So I don't know. I don't think so. Young Americans out of all Bowie songs. You know, it's like he does have better songs than that. Let's see here. What are your thoughts on Boy George and Tony Banks from Genesis? Man, you must not have ever watched my channel if you had to ask about my opinion on Tony Banks. I think Tony Banks is a songwriting god, a musician virtuoso, a cool motherfucker in general. Boy George, I think, was innovative for the time by defying gender norms by wearing all the makeup and all that, but in general I find Boy George to be kind of an annoying individual who I kind of get the sense that Boy George gets high off of his own farts, and I don't really like any of his music, but I think it was cool that he like, you know, challenged gender norms and stereotypes and all that shit back in the day, and I think he probably single-handedly helped push that movement forward. So good for him. If you're a boy and you want to wear a little bit of makeup, wear some makeup. Good for you. Let's see. Can't stand Aerosmith. I mean, I don't really like Aerosmith either. Let's see here. I know what number one is. Yeah, don't spoil it for me. I've been putting way too much work into these stupid live streams for me to have number one be spoiled. Yes, Michael Jackson Be It's a good song. Sinead O'Connell, let me guess, Nothing Compares to You. That is a great cover. I agree. Like it way better than the Prince version. It's sad that Sinead died recently. She had a unique prettiness to her when she was young. She grew up to be quite an ugly lady, but when she was younger, she had this very unique beauty. You know, Sinead and Peter Gabriel used to fuck back in when they were working together during the Us era of Peter Gabriel. She talked about it in her memoir. And then she broke it off with him because she got tired of being his weekend booty call, as she worded it. It's funny to think of Peter Gabriel having a booty call. Yay, I just snotted a little. Sorry if you're eating anything. Stevie Wonder, what do we got? You Are the Sunshine of My Life. I hope they have better Stevie songs on here than this. Simon and Garfunkel, Sounds of Silence. Yes, it's a great song. I know this is sacrilege, what I'm about to say. I think the Disturbed version is better. I just think... I don't even like Disturbed that much, but man, he really was able to show that motherfucker's versatility when he did Sound of Silence. And when he turned on the Disturbed voice, and the demon gods they breed, like the neon god they get. Like, he turned on that voice, you know, that we're all used to hearing, you know, like all the Disturbed songs you hear on the radio. Because at first he's singing very pretty, which you never really hear him sing like. You know, hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk to you again. And then he gets like higher. He's like, it keeps progressing like, and in the streeted light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. And then he's like, and the demon gods they prayed like the neon. Like, that was just so cool when he went through those like 3 different like steps of vocal. Like, I'm sorry, it was just cooler to me than Simon and Garfunkel's very ho-hum harmony sound of silence. Yeah, it's a great song in general, but I think the Disturbed version's better, bro. I gotta admit. Haven't we all been weekend bussy at some point? Yeah, that's true. We all have, honestly. Deadbeat Boy Sinead Rip a picture of the Pope on SNL in the 90s. It was awesome. Indeed, it was. Ballsy, awesome. Yeah, the whole priests molesting children thing, that hasn't really resolved itself yet. That's still kind of a thing that goes on because of their arbitrary rules of the priests having to be fucking celibate. But I don't want to talk about it. It's so fucking wrong, the whole thing about Peter wrote Steam after boinking Sinead. Yeah, give me Steam. He did. She did all right. We got a super chat. The Big Applegate. If you ever listen to... if I don't die before I am able to read this. If you ever listen to Smashing Pumpkins Machina 2 or the 5-disc box set Smashed Potatoes by them, never heard you mention it here. Let's celebrate there. Okay. Yes, I did listen to Machina 2. I liked it pretty good. That was such a confusing time period because like not a lot of people were familiar with the concept of downloading an album online and like, well, where does it go? It's on my computer now. How do I listen to it? Like, how do I take it with me if I want to listen to it in the car? It was a weird like thing that they did. It was kind of innovative. It was way before Radiohead released In Rainbows. I can tell you that much. So I think because of all that, like no one really gave that album a proper listen. It just wasn't that accessible. God knows Billy's not going to make it available on Spotify because unless it's fucking perfect, he will not have it on Spotify, just like Zeitgeist isn't on Spotify. He will do his deluxe versions of albums, I've noticed. Like, he did an Adore deluxe version. He's done I want to say, did he do like a Pisces Iscariot deluxe version? But the Adore, there was like 5 discs of like rare outtakes and B-sides, which for a guy who's so consumed with his image and his, like what songs get out to the public, like he sure did release some rough sounding demos like off the Adore sessions, and he just put them out there for anyone to listen to. I was very un-Billy Corgan like of him, but still cool that he did it. I believe I've listened to some of this Mashed Potatoes thing that you're talking about. Was it called Mashed Potatoes? Was that the Melancholy sessions where it would have like one single off the record and then like 4 B-sides, like Set the Ray to Jerry or whatever? Is that what they did a bunch of weird box sets and shit during the 90s. I wish I owned all of them, but they're really rare and collectible now. And Billy has seen the value of artificially inflating a album by only releasing certain amounts of it for a certain period of time. Like the there was like Teargarden by Kaleidoscope. There was like 2 of those. I don't know. That, you know what I'm saying. He releases shit and then he makes it hard to come by, and it makes it rare. But he doesn't write good music anymore, so nobody is clamoring for Autumn all that much. So I think he's going to be slightly disappointed by the complete disinterest that people have in Autumn. Stevie Wonder, another example of a guy who has at least 20 better songs than I know, right? Like, where the fuck is like Superstition or Higher Ground or like Jesus Christ, Pastime Paradise, whatever. The riff that Coolio used for Gangsta's Paradise. Not a lot of people know that. The Disturbed cover puts me asleep, to be honest. Really? And the Simon and Garfunkel one doesn't put you to sleep? Like, that one's way sleepier. I don't know. What the fuck? Hell nah, Disturbed. Yeah, I knew that was going to be like a unpopular opinion. The vinyl version of Melancholy has 3 records, totally different track listing, better than the CD version. Really? Did not know that. Maybe I'll look into trying to acquire the vinyl version of Melancholy. You think Martin Gore is a better guitarist than Slash? He might not be a better guitarist, but he's a hell of a better songwriter than Slash. If Slash is even a songwriter, Martin Gore is a hell of a better songwriter. Manuel, I hope to see Uriah Heep on this list. We're closing in at 181 here, man. I don't know if Uriah Heep's going to make it. It's not even. Yeah, I know. Billy Corgan doesn't put like hardly anything on Spotify because he's a dick. The airplane flies high is the one. Okay, anyway, yeah, that's the box I was thinking of. Back to this. Birds 8 miles high. Never heard it. I gotta get through this, man. I gotta get to like at least 125 because that's the increments I've been going in. Unknowingly, I just happened to stop there, but I gotta get to 125 before I can stop the stream. I gotta get to 540, man. I gotta be done by 540. Lou Reed, Walk on the Wild Side. Yes, this is a classic song. Even though I don't know how well the line and all the colored girls go doop ba-doop 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 doop. I don't know how well that line is aged. Pink Floyd, Comfortably Numb. Hell the fuck yeah, 179 should be higher, but whatever. It seems like Rolling Stone doesn't like Pink Floyd as much as they used to. Oh no! What? What? Is this why the bitch is the most prominent one on that stupid Rolling Stone graph? No! Billie Eilish, Bad Guy, 178, above all those other motherfuckers you just listed. Jimi Hendrix, Pink Floyd. I'm losing my shit right now. What the? That song came out in 2019. This list came out in 2021. What the fuck are you even talking? This song wasn't even given the test of time. Nobody even talks about this song anymore. Fuck that shit, man. What the fuck? 178 Billie Eilish, Bad Guy. Fuck this fucking website and fucking magazine. What the fuck? God damn. See, that's all it fucking took, man. I'm like sweating right now. I am pissed. Holy shit. What are they thinking? No. Oh my god. That's all it took, dude. That's all it fucking took. I'm fucking triggered now. I'm legitimately triggered. I need a safe space right now. Fuck. That really hurt. That hurt really bad. We just went through all of that classic music, and you're gonna put Billie Eilish. Oh, what are they thinking? What the fuck did they have to write about this? What is your excuse? Written and painstakingly recorded with brother producer Phineas at his house. The racing beat, whispery stacked harmonies, cracking finger snaps, and ground-quaking bass of Eilish's biggest hit to date. To date! Because she'd only been out for like a year. What do you mean to date? The bitch has been out for like 5 years now, but what? Are both menacing and whimsical. The Wizards of Waverly Place theme was an inspiration. A show that came on when we were all adults in this chat. That none of us ever fucking saw because we were busy with jobs and shit. Or getting laid. Eilish's lyrics reduce some swaggering male to a mere simp. And she delivers them with I don't give a fuck insuance? I'm actually so shocked and happy that people like the way that it is, Eilish told Rolling Stone. The thing we were most worried about was the chorus and having it have no hook. Oh my god, my blood pressure. So that's why this song got as high as it, because they're reducing a swaggering male to a mere simp. That's the whole reason. That's where the virtue signal comes in. Has nothing to do with the fact that this song actually deserves to be higher up than Legends. No, it's because she's shitting on men. That's why this song is as high as it is. Fucking classic. Rolling Stone, you finally showed your fucking woke ass hand. God damn. That is bothersome. Woo! Let's try to move on from that one. What did you guys think about this reaction? Let's see. Everybody liked my my freak out apparently. No, I was pissed, man. Whew. All right, I gotta calm down. Yes, all so-called credibility is gone. Jesus Christ. Dude, I'm just, even on like another level, man. Like, you make a song in 2019 You can't get on this list in the 100s. 500s is even pushing it. Okay, I gotta take the other half of my Klonopin here. I knew I was gonna need this. Unlike James Rolfe, who drank fake beer half the time whenever he'd do his angry video game nerd video, I actually did just take real medication to calm me down. Yeah. Anyway, that was awful. Okay, let's go. It's Jump, Van Halen. Is this song better than a lot of the other songs we talked about? No, it is a classic song, but good Lord. These fucking allergies and touching my nose and Billie Eilish, it's all too much. God. I don't think Jump should be this high. I mean, now it's popularity contest time, because yes, they did play the song on the radio all the time, but that doesn't mean that's particularly good. I don't have a problem with it, though. The Kinks, You Really Got Me. Yes, classic song. Absolutely. Girl, you really got me now. And it stood the test of time. Unlike 2019 Billie Eilish Bad Guy. Dude, I never hear Bad Guy play it on the radio anymore. I don't play it at my gigs. People don't request it. People don't sing it. They jumped the fucking gun. The Flamingos, I Only Have Eyes for You. Yes, classic song from the fucking whatever, the 50s. Ooh, REM, Radio Free Europe. Hell yeah, okay. Gaining back, dare I say, a cunt hair of credibility now. Yes. This was a classic college rock, that's before they had alternative rock. It was college rock, classic college rock tune. If this is the only REM song on the list, I will be upset. No, didn't they have Shiny Happy People way back in the 400s, I think? Okay, good. Television, a band that apparently is a classic. I have not gotten into that album Marquee Moon. Everyone said I should listen to it. I gave it a try. I don't understand it, but it's not Billie Eilish's Bad Guy, and it's from the 70s, and it stood the test of time, so fine. Nina Simone, Mississippi Goddamn. Well, the fact that she said goddamn in the 60s is pretty edgy, so never heard the song, but Nina Simone is a classic, so fine, okay. Yes, Louis Armstrong, What a Wonderful World, song that people still sing at karaoke to this day. But you know what I hate about this, not this song, but what I hate what people do? When they do this song, they never do it in their normal voice. I see skies are blue, the clouds are white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night. No. They never sing it in their own voice. What do? I see skies are blue, the clouds are white. It's so annoying. It's such a dead joke. Stop trying to do the Louis Armstrong voice. There was one old white guy that could do it. His name was Dr. Love. That was his stage name. He could do the voice perfectly, spot on. But everyone else that does it, it's always some white kid. So fucking annoying, dude. Like, stop trying to do the Louis Armstrong voice. And any of you out there watching or listening, if you ever do that song karaoke, don't do the fucking voice. It's hacky as fuck. 5 Satins in the Still of the Night. Feel like I've probably heard this song, but I don't remember it. Whatever. Tom Petty and Heartbreakers, American Girl. Hey, we were saying better than Free Fallin', and it got up there. Good for it. She was an American girl. Dusty Springfield, Son of the Preacher Man. I've never liked this song, but I understand why people consider it a classic. So yeah. What? Eminem, Lose Yourself? Really? Oh, I just saw someone in the chat. All Weight is the best Van Halen song. You know what's funny is I covered that song in the cover band. I had to learn that keyboard part. That. No, that's a really great song for sure. Great synth work in that song. I will say, when my cover band played it live, it sounded very puny with just bass, keyboard, drum, and vocal. It sounded very weak, not fleshed out at all. But on record, it's great. Unchained is better than Jump. I agree. There's a lot of songs that Van Halen have done that are better than Jump. God damn. I would say I really like Ain't Talking About Love. I like Drop Dead Legs. Yeah, almost any Van Halen song is better than Jump. The list making you turn to drugs. Yeah, pretty much, dude. Pretty much. I felt my anxiety like ramp up after getting angry like that. Wow, the kink she really got me is higher than Jump Robbery. Radio Free Europe. Again, not even close to one of the best. I agree. It's not even close to one of the best REM songs. That is a factual statement, my friend. Radio Free Europe is definitely, and it's one that they haven't played live in many, many years, because I think they just got I think it's a cool melody choice, but when you sing it live, I've done the song live many times. The straight off the boat, it almost sounds like you're singing off, but that's the note he chose. But the chorus though is pretty solid. Calling all in transit, Radio Free Europe. I think it's a good melody, but you're right. There's far better REM songs. Murmur, best record of the 80s. I think Thriller might have you on that one. I don't know. I mean, for me, I really like Murmur. Pretty Hate Machine's up there for best album of the 80s for me. Mother's Milk, maybe not. But anyway. What else we got on here? Marquee Moon is a killer guitar track. Yeah, man, I tried to listen to it, but I couldn't get into it, man. Lose Yourself, whatever that film was, 2 hours of my life I'll never get back. Yeah, Lose Yourself. I get the song was big. Yeah, I guess 167. Yeah, fine. Eminem has more legendary songs than this. Like, for instance, I would have loved to have seen The Way I Am in this spot, or The Real Slim Shady in this spot, rather than Lose Yourself. But whatever. All right, what else do we got? Mott the Hoople, All the Young Dudes. I know Mott is a classic, like, Woodstock band. I personally have never listened to them, though. I know REM drops their band name in their song, Man on the Moon. Mott the Hoople in the game of life. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hank Williams, I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry. Classic country song. Yeah, sure. Make it last all night. Bob Dylan, Mr. Tambourine Man. Now, someone brought this up in one of my previous live streams. Isn't it slightly asinine to have the same song on the list twice, even though it is a cover? Because we're talking about the greatest songs ever written, and if you have the song, it's like you kind of have it covered, right? So do you need to have it on there twice? It's almost like you either need to pick the cover or pick the original, but to have both is a little weird to me, so I kind of agree with that. Fleetwood Mac, Landslide. Again, they have way better albums. Is he trying to impersonate like a little person here? That's a weird cover. But still better than the Rumors cover with the brass balls. Dude, you know what Fleetwood Mac song I got into recently that I don't even know what lineup this was, but it was that song Hypnotize. It's like a male singer that does not sound like Lindsey Buckingham. And he's got this lower voice. It's a fucking great song. Go out and listen to Hypnotize by Fleetwood Mac. It's fucking phenomenal. 70s, like, soft rock song. It's great. Nick Drake, Pink Moon. I fucking love that album cover, dude. I fuck with that. Nick Drake. Yeah, my friend liked him in 5th grade. My friend Megan, I swear, she was like the biggest hipster before there was hipsters. I've never listened to Nick Drake, but apparently he has got some legendary status. My girl Madonna, what they got? Into the Groove? Maybe. That was like her first. That was like her signaling to the world. Let me look at this little hottie while I talk about this. That was her signaling to the world that, hey, I'm Madonna, bitch, and I'm here on the scene. Is she smoking a cigarette in that album cover? That's a turnoff. Have you ever made out with a chick who just got done smoking, who has that cigarette breath? That fucking mouth tastes like fucking garbage. I hate kissing chicks who smoke cigarettes. Bro, if they put night swimming? What a bizarre choice. What a fucking bizarre night swimming. I think it's a good song. I think it's a really good song. But for Rolling Stone to think that it's better than like all those other songs before it, that is bizarre. This is a great song. Don't get me wrong. I think it's better than Radio Free Europe, but like night swimming deserves a quiet night. Spring will soon be here. Something, something, something. And the video's great too. I wonder what do they got to say about night swimming, all Rolling Stone. The majestic piano reverie became the mega emotional climax of R.E.M's greatest album, Automatic. Of course they're going to say Automatic for the people is R.E.M's greatest album. No, that is not their greatest album. It is a bittersweet memory of skinny dipping in the Georgia pines, haunted by sex and grief. Ooh. I'm liking the description of this. This taps into some form of nostalgia that I've never lived but would have wanted to have lived. With Stipe trying to hold on to these images before they fade away. Mills wrote the piano at Miami's Criteria Studios, the same piano you hear at the end of Layla. Nice. The orchestration came from Led Zeppelin's John Paul Jones. Wow, because yeah, there is a string arrangement on this song. Night Swimming was never a hit, but over the years, it's rightly taken its place as one of 90s rock's most fiercely beloved classics. Okay, I agree with this. It is a bittersweet memory of skinny dipping in the Georgia pines, haunted by sex and grief. I mean, yeah, man, it really tugs at the heartstrings. R.E.M. is one of the most nostalgia-invoking bands, especially their 90s stuff. It reminds you of like a time that is no longer around, but it's not so distant past, a time of just being like a teenager or even younger and just, you know, I don't know. It's good. It's a good band to listen to when you've gotten older and, you know, you want to reminisce, and I don't know. It's hard to explain. They just evoke an emotion in me that I really enjoy. The Who, Baba O'Reilly. Yes, classic song. It should be higher up on the list. I'm surprised it's so low. The Meters, Sissy Strut. Okay. The Meters are what? They're like a funk band. Sure. I know Les Claypool covered, was it Tippy Toes by Meters on Rhinoplasty or Miscellaneous Debris, one of the Primus cover albums. So I guess they gotta be pretty good if Les Claypool signs off on them. Sonic Youth, Teenage Riot. Love the song. Don't know if it deserves to be this high, but fine. They're slowly healing my wounds, Rolling Stone, after that Billie Eilish heart attack. Man, a lot of comments in here. Let's see here. Recency bias. Yeah, there's a lot. Well, I would say there's some recency bias here. Not as much as I expected, but that Billie Eilish thing, that was their biggest mistake thus far. Rolling Stone magazine has got no more credibility anymore, much like Pitchfork. Well, Pitchfork is being acquired by GQ magazine, according to Anthony Fantano. So what little credibility they might have had is long gone now. I used to like Pitchfork, but yeah, I don't know. It's like they only like indie and rap. That's the only two genres Pitchfork fucks with. And anything else can go fuck itself, it seems like. Billie Eilish better than Phil Collins. That better be a joke, buddy, or I will ban you. Let's see here. Billie casting couch plant eyelash. Yeah, I mean, her mom is an actress. Her dad is like something in the industry. Yeah, oh yeah, no, she's not an industry plant. She didn't have any help. Billie Eilish had no help getting top of the charts. She wrote Ocean Eyes on SoundCloud for a music project at school, and overnight, this is what they say, overnight, her song on SoundCloud, no name Billie Eilish, uploaded a song on SoundCloud called Ocean Eyes. Overnight, song had like 1 million views on SoundCloud, or 1 million plays on SoundCloud, and she was trending. Bull fucking shit. That never happens. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen to a rapper, because typically that's where a lot of rap fans go for rap music for whatever reason. SoundCloud. It has its own ass genre, SoundCloud rap. Ain't gonna happen for Billie Eilish. So yeah, industry plant, 100% accurate. Oh God, I might be lame for taking so long to finish this list. Okay. Go do this thing here. Into the Groove bassline slaps. A lot of early Madonna, because I've been listening to Madonna albums slowly but surely, because I do want to do a Madonna tier list ranking, and I might do it live, do a live stream. I've never done a tier list video live. I think that could be a lot of fun. But I've been listening to her early stuff, and a lot of it sounds like synth pop, dude. It's like very like, it's like the same kind of synth pop that you'd hear on early Depeche Mode. She really didn't get into her more complex material, at least until like late 80s, early 90s. Nick Drake is a soundtrack for depression, but in a good way, because he has some great riffs for acoustic guitar. That's good to know. Sissy Strut is a funk classic. Did not know that. Good to know. Good to know. Meters has been sampled hundreds of times. Also good to know. About the Fleetwood Mac song, it's before Buckingham and Nicks came into the band. Ah, interesting. Well, I need to check them out then, because that's a great song, and I would hope that they still played that in their live sets, but I bet they didn't. Because Buckingham and the original singer sound nothing alike, so. Okay. I figured it was something like that. Baba O'Reilly is not better than Won't Get Fooled Again. Rolling Stone is trying to fool us. Have at it on that one. When I got no dog in that fight when it comes to the Who. I'm not a huge Who fan. Baba O'Reilly's got that epic synthesizer intro, right? Like, that's whichever one has. What's the one that's got the that little organ with like the phaser on it? So can someone make a compilation clip of all the weird mouth noises I make during these streams? Yes, unoriginal. Bad Guy did place higher than In the Fucking Air Tonight. I don't want to talk about it. You should do an album review on Elton John. Yeah, but what album would I do? You know, I mean, I'm not going to do a tier ranking, because so many of his albums would be in the F tier because he did so much garbage in the 80s. Dude has released like 50 albums. I don't know if a lot of people know that. They just concentrate on like his 10 hit songs, but dude, that guy has released so much garbage album music, like it's not even funny. Teenage Rat should be top 20. Oh, I don't know about that. I disagree there. Maybe top 100. Since she was young, when she got more... she may not have been a casting couch girl, but she is a plant for sure. I meant to delete the casting... Yeah, I thought the casting couch thing was a little... I thought that was a little inappropriate, but I just went with it or whatever. I think she's a plant, but I don't think she like did sexual shit. Anyway, I'm not gonna touch that topic anymore. Madonna is greatest hits artist. Yeah, I agree. Although I will say Madonna does have some deeper cuts that are good, but in general, if you do buy a Madonna greatest hits, it's a pretty safe bet that you really are getting her best material. For instance, if you bought a Rush greatest hits, you are certainly not getting Rush's greatest material. Rush is not a hits band. Elton John, Madonna, these are greatest hits bands where their hits are literally their best songs. I would argue that U2 may not be a greatest hits band. I think U2 may have some songs that didn't get... In fact, Numb, I really like the U2 song Numb that The Edge does vocals on. That never really became a hit to my knowledge. Ray of Light and Like a Prayer, generally great albums. I was listening to Like a Prayer last night. I was kind of drunk. I'm only halfway through it. I need to re-listen to it. God, she was hot back then. Ray of Light, need to listen to that album for sure. It's got Frozen on there, my favorite Madonna song of all time, which is not technically... I don't know. I think Frozen would be on a greatest Madonna hits album. Listen to Frozen by Madonna if you haven't. It's very dark. It's a very dark song with a fucking amazing Arabic string arrangement. And while you're at, watch the music video directed by Chris Cunningham, who also did Come to Daddy. I can't believe you haven't done a Pearl Jam album review. I don't really like Pearl Jam. The album review would not be favorable. I wouldn't be like slamming them or slandering them. I'd just be like, yeah, I don't really like Eddie Vedder's voice. He kind of invented the Jarl. The songwriting's okay. I'm so sick and tired of hearing Jeremy spoken class to gay. Can you sing The Rhythm Has My Soul like Peter Gabriel at the top of your voice, please, Josh? The rhythm is around me. The rhythm has control. The rhythm is inside me. The rhythm has my soul. Oh, I'm gonna pass out now. Oh God, that was difficult. I almost fainted doing that. That's a great song though. Okay, now it's where is the Les Claypool and not Primus tier list? Have I even done a Primus tier? Yes, I did. Yeah, like if they made a tier list of like Les Claypool's random shit, like rate that. Yeah, I could do that. I've listened to enough of his solo stuff. I hope you enjoyed that, Simon. Teenage Pussy Riot. I don't know why I just said that, because there's a band called Pussy Riot. The Kingsmen, Louie Louie. I mean, yeah, that song's been around for a while. It doesn't mean it's good though. I love it, oh baby, I'm gay. Oh, this song blows. I hate Julian Casablancas and his pompous ass hair. No, not this song. This song blows. Last night she said, oh baby, don't feel so bad, dude. And they're all, it's the revival of garage rock of New York in the 70s. Now fuck that. The song stinks. And spaceships, they don't understand. Why do spaceships why do they need to understand? How do they have the ability to understand? It's an inanimate object, you fuck. Howlin' Wolf, Spoonful. Well, Howlin' Wolf's a classic. Never heard Spoonful, but I'm sure it's got a lot of howling involved. 153, Rick James, Super Freak. Abso-fucking-lutely. Classic song. Classic bass line. Love it. See, the OG songwriter. So anytime Tina Turner's song gets played on the radio, John Fogerty's corrupt former manager probably gets the royalty, but that's a whole nother story. Man, that poor John Fogerty got fucked so bad, man. He seems like such a sweet guy. I listened to his autobiography. His manager fucked him in the ass with no lube. You know, he gets like nothing from all the classic songs that he's written. Sad. He might now, but for like 20 years he didn't. I've never heard of this group, and I don't understand how it's better than all the other songs that we talked about, but whatever. We're making it to 125, and so I can kick rocks and go eat some spaghetti. I had Taco Bell on Monday for anybody concerned or wanting to know. Do you like Tears for Fears? Yes, I do. I do like Tears for Fears. Elton John and Alice Cooper both artists who release multiple albums they have no recollection of recording due to being very snowblind. Yeah. Yep. Jeremy is maybe the worst song on Versus. Jeremy is on 10, I thought. Right? Where's the... Okay, anyway. Yeah, it's on 10. That's what I thought. Pearl Jam, Greatest Jarls. Healing, woman, I'm a damn instead of concrete. Oh yeah. No, yeah, CCR Proud Mary is not better than Fortunate Son. I agree. I think Fortunate Son is the way better song. It's hard to put songs that are all 10 out of 10 in order as long as they're on the list somewhere. Yeah, a lot of these songs aren't 10 out of 10s though. Anyway, okay, we got Green Day here. Basket Case. Really? This is the first Green Day song we see? It's not, and I'm surprised they haven't put Green Day, like, in, like, you know, Wake Me Up When September Ends or Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Like, I'm surprised that wasn't in the 400s. I think this is the first Green Day song we're seeing on here. I mean, yeah, it's an okay song. It kind of like ushered in like the pop punk movement of like the 90s. Do you have the time to listen to me whine? I mean, I think like When I Come Around, I would argue Longview might have been the better choice off this album, but probably Basket Case was the biggest song. I don't know. I've never been a huge Green Day fan, so what do I know? Elton John, Rocket Man, sure. So our first entry was Your Song, and now we have Rocket Man. Yeah, I mean that was kind of a big hit for him. Love lies bleeding in my hand. I would have picked that one, but that was never. Well, I think at the time it was played on the radio. Wait, shouldn't Tiny Dancer be? Well, Tiny Dancer might be higher up on this list for all I know. Led Zeppelin, Kashmir, absolutely classic song. Got a great string arrangement. Sure. Fats Domino, Blueberry Hill. Yes, it's a classic song, even though I think it sucks. I found my thrill on Blueberry Hill. But yeah, I guess the old fogies like it. I don't even know. Even boomers, that might be too like before their time. At this point, boomers are, I don't know, maybe not. James Taylor, Fire and Rain. This pussy ass like fucking adult contemporary song beat out all those other songs. Man, Rolling Stone, you've sucked another dick. Miss Jackson, This High Up. I like Outkast and all, but I don't know. What about Bombs Over Baghdad? That was the better song. The rapping in that album, in that song, was like incredible. It was like just super fast hyper rap. And there's nothing that special about Miss Jackson. Or you could have done Fresh and Clean. I mean, I don't know. Bombs Over Baghdad was the best song off that record, I feel like. Rolling Stones, Jumping Jack Flash, sure, because it's alright. Jumping Jack Flash, it's a gas, gas, gas. London Calling by The Clash, yep. I feel like it belongs at 143, for sure. George Jones, He Stopped Loving Her Today. All the old grandmas love this song. All the old farts, all the gray hairs that come to my gigs, all the old timers, they love singing this shit. This sad old country crap. He stopped loving her today because he died. It's sad. Rod Stewart, Maggie May. Ugh, this song stinks. The only thing cool about Maggie May is the fucking classic guitar intro that they cut off from the radio version. But if you listen to the original song, it's got this classical guitar finger-picked intro that's really cool. That I don't even know why. It's like there apropos of nothing, but it's like, well, okay, well, that's cool. Bob Marley and the Wailers, No Woman, No Cry. I mean, I get that Bob Marley is classic and all, but this song is repetitive as fuck. And I already talked about my problem with Bob Marley, about how his shit is just really repetitive, and that's my problem with him. No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. It's just like, okay, I get it. You're better off by not dating people and being alone and jerking off. Is this my girl? Vogue. No. I mean, yeah, Madonna, but Vogue? No. She likes craning her neck up like that. That's like the cover of her album, True Blue, has her doing that too. I don't know why. Was that like a sexy pose back then? Like, I'm going to deep throat your cock and swallow all of your cum. That was crass. I apologize. Blondie, Heart of Glass. Man, we're getting close to the top 100 here, man. Like, this song is okay, but it should have been way lower on the list. What do you guys have to say about all this shit? Boulevard of Broken Dreams will be top 100. You think so? I don't know. We'll see. Longview, probably their best song. I don't know if it's their best song, but I felt like off that record, it had more of a place than Basket Case did. Because the lyrics were more like relatable, just about a bored teenager in the 90s, like jerking off. Basket Case was like, I guess, like losing your mind. I don't know. Green Day should have named their newest album Mookie Stinks. Okay, I don't quite get it. Brain Stew. Oh yeah, Brain Stew. That was like a big one. They still play that one to this day. No one really sings it though. Kashmir is not my favorite song on Physical Graffiti. Well, do tell which one is. I'm not a big Zeppelin fan. I did an album tier ranking for them one time, and I've already forgotten how all their non-hit songs sound. 409 and your coffee maker is my favorite early green. Huh. That must have been off of Kerplunk. There's no good music before Buddy Holly. That's an interesting take. James Taylor has the plainest voice. He really does, dude. James Taylor has the most vanilla ass singing voice ever. That's a good take. Miss Jackson is classic. I don't know if it's that classic though. Do you like Fats Domino or pretty much the same? Do you like any Fats Domino? No, I don't really like that like boogie woogie piano sound of the 50s, quite frankly. Not a fan of any of that. I know. Where the fuck? Well, I don't think we've come across any Alice in Chains yet. George Jones, it feels like my nan is about to cry having a slow dance. Dude, I know, man. That's like George Jones. That's who he taps into. Ty Sen, first comment I've seen from you. The Rolling Stones are the Rex Viper of its time. Okay, we got a Rex Viper comment. Some people like repetition in music. Yeah, I'm not one of them. Is it love? Is it love? Is it love? Is it love that I'm... Yeah, exactly. Just repetitive, dude. Young Heart is Rod's best. I like Young Turks, which I think is what you meant. Young Turks by Rod Stewart. Young hearts be free tonight. No, that's a great song. That's a great melody, dude. I don't care who sang that melody. It would have been a hit. Better songs on Zeppelin's Physical Graffiti include The Rover, House of the Holy, Trampled Underfoot, Down by Seaside. Trampled Underfoot is a good song. Let's move on this list here so I can have my spaghetti. And, dude, I make some bomb-ass garlic bread with cheese on it. Like, you guys are going to be jealous. No! Thank you, next, Ari. Fuck this shit. No! No! 2019, God, you're going to get me upset again. How? Fucking... What was the term you used earlier? Fucking new bias or newness bias. No! Fuck Ariana Grande, just period as an artist. Her voice is so high and annoying like mine is right now. Thank You Next fucking sucks. Song fucking stinks. Ariana Grande will not stand the test of time. What the fuck is wrong with these people? God, right when they were starting to heal my heart, they do this fucking bullshit. Oh, look how many writers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to write that piece of shit. Simon, take some shots now. Take some shots, Simon. God damn it. Do I even read what they have to say? Grande released Thank You Next a little more than a year after her concert in Manchester, England came under attack, ending in the deaths of 22 people. So, that's not a reason to put it this high up. Within the same year, her engagement to comedian Pete Davidson ended. Yet again, fucking Pete Davidson got to hit that too, that ugly bastard. And her ex-fiance, Mac Miller, tragically passed away. She could have released whatever fluffy song her co-writer, whatever, told Rolling Stone, but was brave enough to go, I'm gonna talk about it. The result, Thank You Next, a song that floats with strength and grace, offering a sage perspective on the work of moving on from a place of profound centeredness. You know, I always thought this song was a little insensitive. Her ex-fiance, Mac Miller, dies, and then she writes a song called Thank You Next, you dumb dead drug addict. Like, fuck all of that. And fuck you, Rolling Stone. And God, I hope this video blows up somehow to where these motherfuckers see this fucking list. God, you almost had me back. You almost had me back. Then you did that. I'm literally spitting right now as I talk. That's how fucking pissed I am. Jesus Christ. Ugh. God, I'm triggered again. I need another half a Klonopin. Yes, she should be on the 500 worst. I agree with you, Matthew Perry's Bloated Holy shit. I did not register your fucking name until right now, bro. Matthew Perry's Bloated Is that who I'm talking to right now? Is Matthew Perry's Bloated Corpse? Holy shit, bro. I read your autobiography. Why did your voice sound so gravelly like asshole? Seriously, Matthew Perry's vocals on the autobiography, like, and then I went to another rehab and it was really rough because I couldn't shit because of all the opioids. It was it was wacky. Oh God, Jesus Christ. Ariana Grande is not better than... No, I know. Billie Eilish deserves to be in that... not in that spot, but Billie Eilish is better than Ariana Grande. At least Billie Eilish was trying to bring back dark music there for a while with her first album, and then she totally dyed her hair blonde and sold out and made boring ass sad girl music that all the sad girls at my gigs love to sing. My God. Yeah, poor Simon's gonna be so drunk now. Valium immediately, Joshua agreed. Ariana Grande, Jokesville before the Manchester Arena tragedy. I had literally never heard of her. The fact that Ariana Grande still has a career hurts me right in the ass clincher muscle. Taylor Swift is much better than Ariana Grande. I mean, she writes her own songs. She didn't have 8 songwriters on the track like Ariana did. I'm not a defender of Ariana at all. Industry plants. Well, I mean, Ariana Grande started off as a Nickelodeon star on some Nickelodeon show. Like, she literally, like, was in the industry already. Like, so she wasn't really a plant. She was just in the industry from childhood. She was in, like, one of those Nickelodeon Zoe 101 or whatever those shows are. Yeah, no, this list is starting to fucking suck big time. Of course, they're going to put these young, independent women high up on the list to show that the future is female. Never mind. Suck my grits was what I was going to say. Good. Simon, for everyone out there, put 5 shots into one glass and down them at once. Good. I can't drink right now because I'm doing this, but I would join you. I like Billie Eilish, Alicia, but I'm a mark for sad music. Her first record was good. But she does not deserve to be this high on the list. No, Simon's drunk right now. He's not okay. He's fucking drunk. He's shithoused. Which is good because he's taking this on for the rest of us. Someone has to get fucking wasted. Like, it's almost like when Jesus died for our sins. Like, he and the preachers was never able to explain to me how this happened. He was somehow able to absorb all of our sins on the cross, and that's how he's able to wash us of our sins. That's what Simon is doing now, but with vodka. He's taking all of our cringe and anger, he's absorbing it, and he's cleansing it through alcoholism. All right, let's get through this. Otis Redding, Try a Little Tenderness. Yes, classic. He should be on there this high. Beatles, she loves you. She loves you, yeah. Yeah, okay, it's the Beatles. It's one of the, yeah. They deserve to be there. What do we got? Tina Turner, what's love got to do with it? I mean, yeah, I wouldn't have put it this high up, but I mean, it's not like it's in the top 100, so fine. It's not triggering. Journey, Don't Stop Believing, absolutely. I'm surprised it's not higher, but I don't think that the staff at Rolling Stone is very big on including white men in their lists because we want to see a little bit more diversity. So you boys can go to the back of the line. Time's up. Okay. Wait, did that song come out in 81? Holy shit. That was quite an anthem for that early of a time period. Eric B. and Rakim, Payne and Phil. I know this is a classic hip-hop song, so I'm not going to throw any shade at it. I don't really like it. I've played it at my gigs. I'm like, what is the appeal of this? I don't see it, but hey, they don't pay me to think at those gigs. Benny King, Stand By Me. Yep. When the night is dark and you're all by yourself, won't you stand by me, so darling. Yeah, it's a classic. Martha and the Vandellas, Dancing in the Street, and yes, that version, and please God, not the Mick Jagger, David Bowie version. That is an affront to my ears. If you wanted what gay looked like in a video, that is what gay, the visualization of homosexuality is that music video. 129, Drake, Hold On, We're Going Home, 2013. No! Yes, it's a good song. As far as Drake songs go, it's a great song. But it's not, no, dude. And honestly, Drake has been a pop culture phenomenon for over, 15 years now? So yes, he should have some song on this list that's fairly high up, but not this song. This is his sleepy, like, I got my eyes on you. You're everything that I need your heart, love, and devotion endlessly. I mean, it's a very soft, like, sleepy R&B song. I don't know. I don't think so. Not as triggering, but you better watch out there, Rolling Stone. I'm this fucking close to bopping you across the fucking head like I did the last few times, but you guys didn't see it because it was off camera. Whole Lot of Love, yeah, it's a classic song. I'm personally over it. Bam, bam. You need booty, and I got duty. We're gonna reach down, way down in my love. Gonna reach down in your ass and pull out some love. Hey! His voice annoys the fuck. What TLC song is this? Waterfalls? Yeah, I guess. It was a big song. It is kind of a classic song. Better than Led Zeppelin, though? Yes. I would rather actually listen to Waterfalls than a Whole Lot of Love, man. I'm not gonna... Just hearing him talk about he needs booty and he's not fooling and way down inside he's gonna give you every bit of his love, and love is code for sperm and cummy, spermy. No, Freedom 90. This song sucks. This song does not deserve to be this high up. This song is awful. Freedom, freedom. Gonna suck a dick in the public bathroom. No, George Michael. You are not. No. Wrong choice. At least put Careless Whisper there, for fuck's sakes. Yes, Sex Pistols Anarchy in the UK. 100% agree with that assessment. And we will leave off at 125. At least we left on a fucking high note, for fuck's sakes. Jesus, that was hard. Okay, let's see what you guys have to say here. Bad Guy is a good song. I can't argue against that. I'm not saying it's not a good song. I'm just saying recency bias. It's not 500 greatest songs of all time, and it was like way high up on the list in the 100s. No, it does not deserve to be there. I'm sorry. It just does not. It should have been in the 400s. Any song like 2000 in the 2020s and okay, any song from like 2015 to like now should only be in the 400s. We have to see if it stands the fucking test of time, people. We have to. Because, man, something can be hot one day and not the next. It happens all the time. We see it happen all the time. That's why I took such an affront to the Billie Eilish bullshit. Okay, what else do we got here? Oh my God, comparing Jesus to Simon, huh? Well, I mean, it was a good comparison. I'm absorbing vodka and sin, but mainly vodka. Well, it's making me feel better. That's all I know. She Loves You sucks. Like many of the other. Yeah, I agree. Early Beatles does suck. Like, honestly. I know a lot of people don't like saying stuff like that, but I gotta agree here with Unoriginal that a lot of Beatles, like, early material does suck ass. They didn't really get good until Sgt. Pepper's and then after that. But yeah, their early stuff. I want to hold your hands. I want to hold your hand. I do like I Saw Her Standing There, but that's just got like a cool melody. But yeah, no, I agree with that statement. Yeah, it was embarrassing comparing. It wasn't as big heart. Well, I mean, I don't know. Jesus never had to deal with this Rolling Stone list, and I'm over here having to deal with it, so. And Simon's having to kind of deal with it, like, by virtue of me dealing with it. Tina's Beyond Thunderdome song was better than that one. Oh, yeah, she did have a weird titled song called that. I need to check that one out. Van Halen's cover of Dancing in the Studio is awesome. Yeah, better than the Bowie Mick Jagger one, that's for sure. There are no good Drake songs. Actor turned rapper. I agree, he's an actor turned rapper. There are some Drake songs. Okay, you're right. There are no good Drake songs, but whoever wrote the songs for Drake that he then acted like he wrote are good. Because Drake didn't write any of these songs. But the studio musicians who wrote it, good. Good on them. Mick Jagger in huge pants wearing highlighter yellow sneakers. The horror. Yeah, it annoyed me that it took Family Guy for most people to find out about that video. I knew about it before Family Guy and how cringy it was. This guy I used to work with actually used the joke from Family Guy. He because that video got brought up, and my friend goes, That happened and we let that happen. And I go, dude, don't be quoting jokes from Family Guy and not crediting Family Guy. I hate when people steal jokes from TV shows and act like they wrote it. That's a bitch move. Whole Lot of Love. Yep, classic song, deserves to be here. Zeppelin never really did much for me, but yeah, same. I mean, they never did much for me, but I respect them. One of those mid-90s Wear a Condom songs. Yeah, no, they had TLC had a whole ass song about that, right? Safe sex or something like that. This girl from TLC who burned down her boyfriend's mansion. It was a girl with the black makeup under her eye. Yeah, that was Lisa Left Eye Lopez. Our 90s R&B was cheesy as fuck. Yeah, it was, but I don't know. I still had it had its place for me. It's nothing I go out of my way to listen to. Oh, hot take here. Matthew Perry's Blood Corpse says Anarchy in the OK is a cliche punk song. That it may be, but it's what turned a lot of people on to punk music. So for that reason, shouldn't it be considered classic? The Lemon Song is the spermiest Zeppelin, all about draining plants. I know, dude. I made a whole video. Like when I did the tier review, I had to talk about Lemon Song. And I always bring up Lemon Song whenever people are like, oh, all this disgusting rap music. And it's like, yes, rap music has gotten disgusting, but it's not like it's the only genre to do it. And it's not like they're the only ones that have done it recently. Zeppelin's been writing shit like this back in the 70s. Let me see here. The Damned deserve to be respected as the first punk band from the UK, not Sex Pistols. Yeah, sure. I have no dog in the fight when it comes to punk music. There's so many punk rock gatekeepers, and I just don't care about punk that much to weigh in. Ashtray Decay agreed about a newer song needing to wait to stand the test of time. Like having a song that was released a year or two before this article is whack. It's so stupid, dude. How do you know this is... It's like a song comes out. It's out for 2 years. Rolling Stone, the staff at Rolling Stone. This is one of the greatest songs of all time. Like... How myopic are you? How short-sighted are you to make a statement like that? That's irresponsible. It's fucking ridiculous. Ashtray Decay. Dancing in the Street video. Someone dubbed that video how it would sound without music, and it was hilarious. Just dumb whistling and clapping and crappy singing. You gotta send me a link. You gotta leave a link to that somewhere. I gotta see that. Abbey Road is the best Beatles album. I need to that's on my list to listen to. I'm not the biggest Beatles fan, you guys, so it's like, yes, there are whole ass Beatles albums I have just not listened to that are classics. Why aren't music videos as memorable as they used to be anymore? I think people have more leaned into the fact that they're used just as a promotional tool rather than viewing them as their own pieces of art, you know? Because, like, if you watch music videos now, there's usually some kind of product placement being promoted. There's all the Beats by Dre headphones in the rap. The rap music videos have gotten the worst. I don't even know of any new rock music to even speak of, but I've seen, like, a Code Orange music video the other day, and it was pretty unoriginal. Yeah, I don't know. All the auteurs of the 90s, because that was, like, the greatest decade for music videos. I think they all went on to greener pastures and, like, we don't want to do this anymore. It's not as prestigious. You know, MTV, if they played your music video and you were the director, you really got some buzz from that. When Chris Cunningham did the music video for Come to Daddy, Madonna saw the video, loved it, and before he knew it, he was making a video for Madonna. So I don't think there's that kind of prestige anymore in the music video directing world. So maybe that answers your question. Pitchfork's lists are worse as Rolling Stones. Yeah, I could probably agree with that, but more in an indie sense, worse, you know? The Billboard Hot Rock songs of 1990 are a good example of needing to wait around. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about, dude. Like, all right, remember that band Magic? And they did that song, Why You Gotta Be So Rude? Don't you know I'm human too? That pussy ass song. There were so many, like, that song got so much acclaim. And now not only do you never hear of that band Magic, they never play that song Rude. If you even remember that song. That's what's stupid about recency bias. That's why it's a horrible idea. I'll send you a link to a video through Facebook. Yeah, that's fine. Your Dancing with Ghosts Facebook page. That's the only way I know how I was sending PM. Yeah, that's fine. Joy wish oversaturation of the market with videos that have nothing to do with the actual song. I mean, I don't know. You can have some really good obscure avant-garde videos that don't necessarily have anything to do with the song, but are still good. I once met Johnny Rotten and told him, "Thank you for punk rock." He looked at me very weird and then signed my Salvador Dali poster I just bought. True story. He had a big black bouncer. Huh. I guess, I don't know. If I was told something like that, it's such a grandiose statement. Like, how do you really respond to that? Like, oh yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome for me inventing punk rock. I don't know. Sgt. Pepper and Revolver are amazing. Then yeah, Abbey Road is hit and miss. The Sweet at the end is astonishingly good. The White Album is brilliantly eclectic double album. Overall, I'd say Pepper. That's what I figured. Rude by Magic, I forgot about. Exactly. And, you know, that's the problem with putting this shit in too soon. We need to see if people still care about it 10 years from now. You think Joy Division is better than Led Zeppelin? Oh, that's a tough question. I really hate Ian Curtis's vocals too. Oh, that's a hard question. Very hard. I'd probably take Joy Division though, because I find electronic music more interesting than 70s cock rock, to be honest with you. Abbey Road does have blah, blah, blah. Thank you for doing this, Josh. We've suffered as one. Pure synchronicity. Your pain is mine, vice versa. Thank you for punishing your liver, Simon, for my freak out. Sorry I yelled at you guys, but that shit really upset me. And now, as you can see, I'm way more relaxed because the Klonopin's kicked in, and I'm feeling good. So I'm going to go eat some spaghetti because I'm fucking starving, and I got work in a few hours. So, yeah, until next time, we're going to finish this list, man. Part 4, you guys, you're going to definitely want to stick around for that. Because I'm going to be triggered, and they're going to put some shit in there that I'm not going to agree with. And, yeah, it's the final one. It's the final stream, and then we'll start streaming other stuff. But, yeah, anyway, until next time, guys, have a good rest of your night. We love you for... Who's we? Me. I love you guys for hanging around and sticking with me and talking and all that shit. It's always a fun time here, and I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day.